Welcome back to the PigSkin podcast. This is episode 20, right? This is 20.
20.
We're in the 20s. Nice.
Big
Hell yeah.
20.
Hell
Almost old
yeah.
enough to
Big
drink.
2-0. Almost. You can bang us, but you can't get us drunk. So,
Yep.
In this episode, we're going to do a little bit of a transfer portal recap. That's just kind of the usual at this point. Might talk about a couple bowl games, and then we'll hit week 15 from the NFL. And we're also going to introduce a new category, new topic, I guess. For this week, we're going to have our stat of the week. We're going to start coming out with those probably every Tuesday. Going to have our stat of the week, and then like usual on Thursdays or Fridays. Well, I say Tuesday and Thursday. Those are the days we record usually, but we post on Wednesday and Friday. That will typically be when we do our winner from the past week. So this will just be a new one to kind of segment until we get to the next one. But I'll go ahead and kick it off.
Well, it's just something new too, like we gotta keep it fresh, vibrant.
Yeah, fresh like my armpits, man.
Yeah. You're using that what's it called?
Old Spice?
Not Old Spice. The one I don't even remember what it's called, but it's got the Sasquatch as the logo.
Oh, Dr. Squatch?
Yeah, Dr. Squatch.
Yeah, I eat it too sometimes. It's delicious. Just kidding. I don't do that.
Dude, he is kind of a little retard. So.
So
you used to eat glue in elementary school, didn't you? I did too. It's okay.
Yeah, I did a little bit. I used to eat marbles too, which is delicious, man.
Yeah.
The crunch, it's like shaved ice.
I ain't retarded, but I like rocks.
I like rocks and shit.
Have you seen that?
Yeah. Oh shit! All right, enough about us being idiots. Kick it off. We'll go ahead and we'll touch on. So tomorrow is early signing day. OU currently has 28 hard commits right now, ranked number 7 in the 24/7 Sports Team Composite rating. For the recruiting side, for the transfer and recruiting overall, they're ranked 10th. Real quick, I will hit on the transfer portal guys. Bauer Sharp, 4-star transfer portal tight end from Southeast Louisiana, has committed to Oklahoma, as well as 3-star transfer running back Sam Franklin from UT Martin. That may not sound too great, but look, production speaks, numbers speak, no matter the level you're playing at. I get it, it's FCS competition, but that Bauer Sharp, man, dude's a beast. I was watching some of his stuff. They had him in some Belldozer type packages, dude. Had him in there running the ball. He's converted. Yeah, he's a converted quarterback playing tight end, and he's got experience. That's exactly what Oklahoma needs. All obviously immediate eligibility. Sam Franklin, 1,300-yard guy. It may not translate. He's not the biggest. He's not the fastest. He's not the most explosive, but he's a veteran guy that can come in and look. If Tawee doesn't stick around, You need a guy with some veteran presence. So
we need a guy with some juice, and so that's what they're expecting out of a couple of the running backs in this class, like Taylor Tatum, Xavier Robinson, just some of those dudes.
Yes, especially. Now, Sam Franklin, was watching Iker and Lehman, kind of hearing them talk about it. Also was watching some of his stuff. Dude's got a mean streak, man. He hits you, he runs through you, he'll let you know. He'll talk his shit. When they were playing Georgia this past year, he was talking his shit. Now, they got the fuck beat out of him. But, hey, FCS, it's expected, right? But he was talking his shit when he did something. So he's got a dude that's going to bring some juice, some attitude to the room, which always helps in the running back room. So someone I'm sure DeMarco Murray is a huge fan of and will certainly love. Moving on, obviously we've talked about Deion Burks, 4-star portal wide receiver. Some had as a top wide receiver in the portal this past year. Dejon Malone from San Diego State. San Diego State, one of the more underrated defenses in college football. Consistently a top defense in college football. And, if Woody's gone, he's going to slide right into where Woody Washington was while the other guys kind of work on their experience. We should have Gentry back next season. Hopefully he can stay healthy full year. But Dejon Malone's got some proven experience. He's played some Power 5 schools. He plays at a really good Group of 5 schools. So it's good. It's good to get there. And then obviously the tackle out of Michigan State, Spencer Brown, especially Seth Luttrell and the offensive line coach at Michigan State have some connections. So don't expect Spencer Brown to be the only or the first, only, or last guy that Oklahoma gets from Michigan State in terms of the offensive line. I forget his last name. It's kind of Russian-y, kind of European last name, but there's an offensive guard from Michigan that's played some serious snaps.
And he's Russian?
He might be.
Okay.
It might be the Russian. So.
I thought that's what you said, was that he was Russian.
It's like a weird Russian name. It's like Russian or like European, something like that. But could be a nice couple gifts for Oklahoma. But getting into the high school class, 25 guys or 28 guys overall in the recruiting class. Hard commits, obviously David Stone, the most memorable one there. Other guys like Nigel Smith, Jaden Jackson, Wyatt Gilmore, Danny Okoye. Did you see his play at the U.S. Army All-American game last night?
Mm-hmm.
Dude was playing his ass off, man. Playing his ass off. Bunch of 4-star, 24/7 guys there, especially on the defensive line. Some top offensive line talent. Number one running back in the country in Taylor Tatum. A couple top receivers, Zion Kearney, Ivan, Carrion, Zion Reagans. Couple top safeties. Obviously, Devon Mitchell's another guy. Would have been a 5-star, reclassified to the 2024 class, and they dropped him a star. Stupid. That's a 5-star guy. Okay. Actually played with Michael Hawkins at Allen before transferring to Los Alamitos, where he finished the rest of his.
I don't understand the dropping of the star. Like, I feel like if you're reclassifying just so you can go to college early, like, they shouldn't demote you a star for that. Which, I mean,
really shouldn't.
Doesn't matter, though. I mean,
it doesn't. Now, I mean, stars matter in a sense, but they don't matter at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, a star.
Like, if a guy was going to be a 5-star in 2025, but he decided to reclassify and commit and go to college 1 year early, like he shouldn't be dropped a star for that.
And he's definitely better than a lot of these tight ends ahead of him. I mean, he is the where is he at? He is the number 12 ranked tight end in the country. No, number 11 ranked tight end in the country. That is bullshit.
Yeah.
There's not 11 tight ends better than him. There's not 10 better than him. There might be 2 or 3, maybe, but no.
Well, he committed to Oklahoma, so they knocked him down from the number 1 to the number 11.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Apparently, legitimately though, sometimes people can get a little bit upset if he just gets slotted in there. He's like, he's not in my class, but hey, if he's better than you, he's better than you. So it is what it is.
Eddie Pierre Louis,
Eddie Pierre Louis. We have been corrected on pronunciation. Eddie Pierre Louis.
I'm gonna keep calling him Eddie Pierre Louis.
It's so much cooler.
Whether he accepts so much until he comes out and actually says something like, "Hey Sebastian, it's Louis. You ever fuck up again, then I'm gonna pancake you." Different story. I don't think he knows who I am though, so it's okay.
He probably has no idea who we are, but if we ever meet, I'll give him. I'll call him what he wants, Daddy. I don't give a fuck, whatever he wants me to call him. So,
getting zesty with it.
Yeah, I probably can't say that. He probably isn't 18 yet, but whatever. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But really, man, it's a heavy class. Andy Bass, one of my favorites, was a top guy. Went to Heritage Hall. Kind of played everything for Heritage Hall. Tore his ACL in the state game, though, or the state semifinal, the state championship game. Heartbreaking thing for him. They ended up losing state based off of that. But hell of an athlete. May not play quarterback once he gets to Oklahoma, but hell of a fucking athlete.
Yeah, I could see it be one of those where, like, he goes in to play quarterback, and then Seth Luttrell probably just asks him, like, hey, you thought about playing, like, wide receiver or something? Hey, do you want to play punt return?
You want to put 100 pounds on and play fullback? No.
There you go. We do need fullbacks, and he's a fullback guy.
We do.
He was a former fullback.
Yes.
He just needs to teach him how to stay low. Low man always wins.
Exactly. Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Oklahoma, Xavier Robinson. Dude, he's listed at 6'2", 220 at 18 years old, playing running back, bro. If he grows more, which he likely should, right?
Maybe fullback.
No, maybe fucking Derrick Henry, dog. That I'm not gonna give him that. Okay, I'm not gonna say he's gonna be Derrick Henry, but dude's got fucking size. Daniel Akinkunmi is another guy. He does have girth.
Daniel Akinkunmi.
That's
sure,
kind of a favorite. Yes. It's a favorite among us, Daniel Akinkunmi, number 1 player in the UK, coming over here. My favorite thing about this class, though, and I've been saying it ever since BB got back and ever since Bob retired, look, you have to win your state when it comes to recruiting. It'd be the number 1 thing you take care of is you go get the best guys in your state, then you branch out. and go get the best guys around the country too. But if you can't win your state, the best players in your state are consistently going elsewhere, you'll never gain that back if you don't have the trust of the high school coaches in your state. So their ability to go get the best guys in the state of Oklahoma is great, dude. It's fantastic.
Well, and there's also guys that are transferring too, like they're moving from like Texas to Oklahoma to play like their last season of high school football.
Look at Kevin Sperry.
Yeah,
one of them
transferred to Carl Alberts.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if they can hook up that Carl Albert pipeline,
yeah,
Carl Albert's a fucking.
They 6A?
No, they're 5A.
5A. Oh yeah.
Beat the fuck out of yeah. So Carl Albert is 5A, but hey, they need to get in there with Bixby. Bixby doesn't have, from what I've heard, a whole lot of probably D1 talent in their senior class right now, but they got a couple guys, 2025, 2026, and even 2027 that look fucking fantastic. So they keep building on that Oklahoma pipeline with all those schools, man. It's going to take them far. So
who has the number one? Probably Georgia, right?
No, the number one class in
2024. Yeah, it's Georgia.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's shocker. They had a lot of guys transfer.
Yeah, but that's gonna happen though. I mean, when you're the number one program and you have,
NIL transfer.
Yeah, you can bring in all the best guys, but they're not going to stick around. They can get money to go somewhere else. So, Georgia's number one class. I thought it was someone else. I thought it was Ohio State or Alabama, but I mean they're 2-3. Florida State's at 4, man.
Like Norvell.
Yeah. UT's 5, Miami's 6, Oregon's at 8. Oregon just landed Dante Manning with Dylan Gabriel.
Dante Moore.
God, I always call him Dante Manning, man.
Yeah. Who was Dante Manning?
That was the corner that went to USC.
Was that?
Did he go to USC? I don't know. USC is fucking losing everybody, though.
Yeah. So Malachi Nelson,
Yes.
right now he's had visits with TCU, Tulane, and a couple of other schools.
You know, it's funny. I thought you couldn't recruit top talent to Oklahoma. I thought you couldn't recruit top defensive talent to Oklahoma. It's crazy, man. USC certainly currently sitting with the number 17 recruiting class.
Well, you got to use it as a scapegoat when you're not the best recruiter or not. Lincoln Riley, great offensive coordinator. Just, some guys just aren't meant to be, or they just aren't very good head coaches. They're just better offensive minds than they are head coaches. Yeah. You got guys like, Jim Harbaugh, Sean McVay, who I love Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, great head coaches, also good offensive masterminds. I love how you had to sneak that in there. I was going to say Andy.
I got some choice words on Matt LaFleur later on in the pod, so stick around.
But Dante Moore, I mean, he'll sit behind Dylan Gabriel for a year, maybe develop, maybe learn.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's a good guy for him to sit behind for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear the reports at what Dylan did for Jackson, seeing how much he truly taught him and how much he learned, sit behind him. I mean, that could set Oregon up.
Oregon's set up nicely. Like, Dan Lanning's a hell of a recruiter.
He's a fucking coach, but yeah.
Yeah. Officially, I guess as of today, Caden Green transferred to Missouri.
Yep.
So he'll be going back home.
See him next year.
Yeah, we play Missouri, don't we? Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that game for sure.
And go to Columbia for that one, too.
Yeah.
How many sacks do you think he gives up? I think David Stone just sits him on his ass.
If David Stone plays.
He'll probably give up 0. He'll probably have a fantastic game. I still think Caden Green's fucking fantastic. It just situation sucks, but hey, man, that's college football where we're at now. So
yeah, exactly.
You tough it up and you move on, man.
Yeah. So but Missouri, I mean, they built something last year. They had a solid team, but
I got a top 25 recruiting class coming in as well.
Okay.
Texas Tech's up there in the top 25, man.
Really?
Yeah, Nebraska's sitting at 20 right now. Just landed Dylan Raiola, committed a couple of days ago. So likely to sign tomorrow. Yeah, legacy guy. Imagine they fire his uncle as the offensive line coach, and he's just like.
Well, I think it makes sense. Like, you go to Georgia, they're the number one team. He wouldn't really stand out compared to the rest of the guys that are on that team. I mean, Stetson Bennett was awesome when he won those 2 national championships for them. But I mean, you talked about everybody on that team being fucking awesome and there was no center of attention. There was no center guy like that was the face of that program. So Nebraska, they got the Cornhuskers. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't have an NFL team, NBA team, nothing. So he has a chance to be really good, put that program back on track. Can't wait to see them go 6-7.
Yeah, exciting.
No, I'm just kidding. Nebraska, that's always been like in my family, that was always the big game, like Oklahoma, Nebraska. Like Nebraska used to be a fucking good program.
Well, half my dad's side of the family are Nebraska fans.
That's how my dad's side of the family is. They're all like Nebraska. So like that game was just as big as OU Texas, Bedlam.
Yeah. My aunt still has the newspaper clipping for Nebraska beat OU last.
Yeah.
In 2009? 2009. Crazy.
I don't even think I was alive when Nebraska last beat OU. I could be lying. I'm just spinning that narrative. But Dylan Raiola, I think Matt Rule, we forget he was a good college head coach,
Yeah.
He's a good head coach. He caught a case of the Panthers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can say the same to Baker. So.
Yeah, and we'll get into that later.
Yeah. I like Matt Rule. He's a program builder, though. Look at what he did at Temple. Look what he did at Baylor. He took over two of the worst programs in college football when he got there each time and turned them into something. You know what I mean? So he'll do good. Ole Miss, the number 2 transfer class right now. Walter Nolan expected to sign there. But not only that, they got Demarion Richardson from Mississippi State. They got Antoine Wells from South Carolina. 2 Tennessee transfers, Princely Uman-Namila, I don't know how to say that name, from Florida. Key Lawrence went to Ole Miss. Happy for Key. Think he's going to do great things there.
Ole Miss always has that one, like, they have that one season, like, it happens like once in a decade where they just have so much talent and they beat Bama and it's awesome. It was like the year they beat Bama when they had Chad Kelly.
And he got blasted through the ball, got tipped up, and Laquan Treadwell, I think, came down with it. Oh, my God.
Laquan Treadwell, it tipped in his hands, and it went to Adebayo.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so Quincy Adebayo caught it. They had Quincy Adebayo, Laquan Treadwell, A.J. Brown, D.K. Metcalf, D.J. Jones on the defense. Like, they just had, like, top-tier talent. Oh, shit.
My mic fell. Sorry.
Did it?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. You got to be careful.
Sorry, man. I got too excited.
You can't fumble the ball.
So bringing up college football history, man, I get really excited.
But yeah, no, Ole Miss, I mean, Lane Kiffin, he's building something. So
their NIL game works hard too.
Yeah.
Their NIL game does a lot of work for them. Who was another one that I was wanting to touch on? There's another.
And that's an interesting game, like, because Ole Miss, do we go to Mississippi or we go to play Ole Miss at Ole Miss, right?
Do we?
Oh, they come? No, because Alabama comes to Norman.
Tennessee, Alabama. I think Ole Miss comes to Norman.
South Carolina.
We go to South Carolina. Or does South Carolina come to Norman?
Yeah, because we go to Missouri, don't we?
We go to Columbia. We go to LSU. We go to Death Valley for that. And then it's either Ole Miss or South Carolina we go to.
I think we go to Ole Miss. That's gonna be a tough game this year.
Yeah. No, we go to
entire
Auburn.
schedule.
I know we go to Auburn. That's our first SEC game. On the road in Jordan-Hare.
Yeah. That's not an easy place to play, no matter how bad.
Look at Auburn Georgia. Is. And look at how bad they should have beat Alabama. Yeah.
So that's not an easy place to play. No matter how bad the team could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, SEC's gonna be fun. Change of scenery. I think the school got a little too liberal. Sorry for those liberals out there, but welcome to the South, baby. Big 12 football is going to be fun. Houston, they might be building something.
We got Houston on the dock next year too.
We need to talk about SMU.
Yes, that's what I was going to talk about. They just landed Nate Anderson and Savion Byrd today.
Yeah.
And then another dude that played at Duncanville.
They could be a problem in the ACC next year. They're building something. Like, they did really good in the transfer portal last year, and they're going to lose a couple of guys to the NFL. Mm-hmm. I don't see them missing a beat.
They still got their quarterback, huh?
Yeah, Preston Stone.
Yeah. Man.
Who else did SMU get?
I don't know. But I'm gonna fucking look them up right now. Do they have them in the ACC already? Yeah. Let's see. So in the transfer portal, they got Savion Byrd, Nate Anderson, Amari Abor, yeah, out of Ohio State, Mike Lockhart, defensive lineman out of West Virginia.
Ashton Cozart.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Remember that name?
Yeah.
Jonathan Jefferson from Georgia. Man.
Yeah, SMU.
They got a pretty decent 2024 class coming in. I mean, it's not amazing. They're 86th overall, but
they'll get there. Now that they're going to be in a Power 5 conference, once they start,
and they can start dishing money out too. They do have a hell of a coach. Brett Lashley is great, but they have a deep NIL pocket, and they're on the heart of Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, SMU is going to be a problem soon.
They're
now that the playoffs expanding, I can definitely see them being like a 12th seed, like somewhere down the line.
Oh yeah. No, I could see them being up in the lower
like 10.
10s. Yeah. But no, SMU is going to be a problem. I would actually like to see Tulane get out of the AAC. I think Tulane can make some noise in a bigger conference.
Put them back in the SEC.
Okay, I'm not saying that. But OU's got Tulane on the dock next year too.
Yeah.
Houston,
Tulane. I don't like what happened last year or the couple seasons ago.
Yeah, and I was at that game. Almost died of a fucking heat stroke. But I don't know, man. This is an exciting time of year right now. I know the season's over, and that's the part that we love the most. But it's happy time, man.
Well, yeah, and then in March we're going to be talking about NFL draft. I mean, we still have bowl games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Old Dominion, Western Kentucky. Old Dominion shit the bed.
Yeah.
They were up 28-0, and then Western Kentucky, they just started pounding back.
Yeah. That was fun, man. That was a fun one to watch. Especially at the end. I was at work for most of it, but I did get to catch, especially the ending, that block kick in overtime.
What was the spread? It was like 4.5, 3.5?
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, if you bet Old Dominion 3.5, I mean, you're
we
kind of
got
happy.
UTSA and Marshall tonight, bro. That just started. That I might pull it on the phone just while we're sitting here.
Yeah, we might have to watch
that. UCLA rallied down from I think they were down 9 around halftime and came back and beat Boise State by 13. Cal got up on Texas Tech early and came back and beat them Cal got up on Texas Tech and Texas Tech came back and beat them by fucking 20.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty close. Like, it was back and forth. Cal scored first, and then they forced Texas Tech to punt. They get all the way down to the red zone, and it was right before the Lions game was about to start because I turned it on. I don't remember if they picked it off or if they forced a turnover on downs, but then Texas Tech, I mean, they drove it like 80 yards to score a touchdown.
I got some really, really important news going on right now. Breaking news.
Breaking news?
You know who UTSA's starting quarterback in this bowl game is?
Who?
Son of Josh McCown, Owen McCown, true freshman.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we might have a 15-year backup quarterback we're watching right now, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you just got sacked.
Well, one day he's gonna play for the Bears, and then Jay Cutler's gonna get hurt, and he's gonna come in and dominate the Cowboys.
Jay Cutler's son. It's gonna get fucking hurt. It's all right. Packers Matt Flynn Jr. somewhere waiting for his shot for the Packers right now. Go throw for 500 yards and beat the fucking Vikings. So
I love when I get on Twitter, and then every now and then I'll see them post that, or it's either Twitter or Instagram.
Remember that Scott Tolzien spin move against the Vikings?
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, man. I love shitting on the Vikings. Packers suck, man. So, anyways, fun bowl games. Always love when a bowl game goes to overtime. Look, man, it's your last game of the season. Let's end it on the right. Let's end this shit right. Let's go into overtime. Get a blocked field goal in overtime.
Crazy.
We don't. Dude.
Remember 2017? Rose Bowl? That wasn't fun. No. Sorry, I had to bring.
I might in this.
You just said block fun. I just
yeah. Well.
Yeah, I hate that. Always comes up on.
Dude, I know.
Twitter or what is
and
it?
Not only that,
X videos
you see
now.
Yeah,
they might as well put
X
on X
X
videos.
I mean, yeah, might as well be on. It's a fucking.
Because it always fucks me every time I see it.
Or the other one, the blimp shot from the B2 flying over, and you just see the stadium split in half. Oh god, sick picture, but it makes me sick to my stomach every fucking time I see it. It's all right. We'll get a new one this year. We'll get crimson and blue for Alabama, Michigan, and hopefully someone can shit the bed in that one, or just have the best game of all time, so we don't have to remember. Oh, and then Baker. God damn it, dude. Fuck you. Fuck you. But moving on to get out of the sadness it is.
Sneaky good game on Saturday. So the 23rd, and I'm going to watch this game because it's at 2:30. I should be in Wichita Falls by then. But James Madison and Air Force.
Yes.
Sneaky good game.
That one is going to be a sneaky good game.
And then Coastal Carolina and San Jose State. That may be a fun game to watch.
We got Utah Northwestern could be a fun game too. Hey, how about Northwestern? They rallied back. Yeah, they were done. They were dead to rights with everything that happened to them in the offseason, man. Crazy. Hell
of a coach.
Yeah. Yeah, they made him the full-time coach as well. So that's good. Also, day after Christmas, and I'm getting way ahead.
After everything that happened with that program, too.
I know, bro. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Getting way ahead here. Day after Christmas, Tuesday, December 26th at 8 o'clock. We got Kansas and UNLV.
Oh, we got Tulane and Virginia Tech.
Beans.
That's a mismatch. Tulane's gonna win that game.
Tulane should.
They got
Virginia Tech favored by 10.5?
Because they're a Power 5.
That's I'm taking fucking Tulane in that game.
Yeah, that's an easy cover.
Yeah, I might even went out right.
West Virginia, North Carolina.
We got little brother Red River on the 27th on Wednesday.
Oh shit, A&M and Oklahoma State. Okay, so Thursday is going to be an important game.
Thursday we got OU Arizona.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cover that game.
Oh, we will. I'm gonna watch between tonight and Tuesday. I'm gonna watch me some Arizona football.
No, you're gonna grind tape like Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Well, you got any other college football stuff you want to cover?
No. No, we went over everything. So I think we can go ahead and move on to the NFL.
All right. Well, I'll let you take this one away.
Yeah. We already discussed the Raiders and Chargers.
Yes.
We'll just start with the first game. Vikings Bengals. Yeah, Vikings were up 17-3 in that game. Their defense was awesome for the most part, as expected. Like with the way they play defense, the Bengals are kind of a scary team.
Yeah,
are they not?
I mean,
the way they came, like Jake Browning. I mean, he threw for 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, and most of it came in like the fourth quarter. I mean, he was just lobbing, and even when Jamar Chase went out.
That T. Higgins touchdown?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They have threats everywhere.
Okay, that made me pretty fucking hard. I'm not going to lie. I was bricked up.
I had a raging clue, dude. I had a raging hard boner after that. But, yeah, I mean, they've got so much talent. Like, you could throw a competent backup out there, and, I mean – like, the team is still good. Like, even, like, I mean, Joe Burrow definitely makes a difference. They probably score more points. They probably win by a larger margin. And then, you know, with them being favored, it would have made more sense. But worst push of all time. Vikings +3. Terrible push.
Yeah. Hey, imagine prime Nick Foles on that Bengals team. That's Super Bowl champion right there, man.
You don't think Jake Browning can do it?
We'll see.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see. But yeah, I mean the Bengals, they have a shot to like make it to the playoffs, and they're a team I kind of want to see in the playoffs. Like they're still fun to watch. Like Chase Brown, Joe Mixon, like.
Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry. I forgot about this. You know who Marshall's fucking quarterback is?
Who?
Chad Pennington's son.
Oh yeah.
We got Owen McCown versus a fucking Pennington, dude.
Yeah, we're old.
Oh my God.
Do you feel old yet?
Well, when I stand up, I crack. But yeah.
When you stand up, you crack?
Yeah, I do crack when I stand up. So
you probably need to go to the hospital, or you need to lay off the crack.
Both of those things can be true simultaneously.
Yeah, two things can be true.
I need to stop smoking crack, and I need to get myself in a hospital now.
Yeah.
So we got a pod to record. I got some games to watch.
Next podcast, I can imagine you doing like a Hugh Freeze in a hospital bed. Like
I'm gonna be laying down, and I'm gonna have some Apple earbuds in my nose, like a Walmart bag full of water sitting up next to me. Anyway, sorry. No, continue on your NFL games.
Yeah, no, the Bengals, they're kind of a team you might not want to play in the playoffs right now. Like
they're hot.
Yeah, they're very hot. Jake Browning, 324 yards, like I said. Like, he could throw it to just anybody on the team. Everybody, like, all the receivers are good. You know, T. Higgins, Sample and Hudson are good tight ends.
Yeah.
And then Joe Mixon, Chase Brown. Jamar Chase, he didn't look good. Arm in a sling, you know.
Yeah, I think he's got a separated shoulder.
Oof. So did Drake Stoops. He played. So we'll see how tough Jamar Chase is.
He ain't a Stoops, though.
Yeah, that's true. But he's Jamar Chase.
Yes.
Yeah, he's Jamar Chase. But Nick Mullins wasn't that bad. You know, he had some, like, he had probably the best interception of all time. I don't know if you watched it, where he fell to the ground. He's getting sacked. He threw the ball, and the guy that sacked him, like, I guess, like, the ball got knocked up in the air, and he just, like, cradled it. It was an interception while the guy was already on the ground. It was crazy. And then he threw a pass, and it was one of those, like, oh my God, oh shit, oh no, oh fuck yeah. Like, he threw it to Jordan Addison, and it was bad. Like, he was getting hit during the throw, and Jordan Addison just, like, barely caught it, and yeah, he took it to the end zone.
Hey, sleeper for Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, Jordan Addison.
Maybe not sleeper. I mean, finalist for Rookie of the Year, right? It has to be.
Yeah. No, he's definitely up there. It's like between him. We'll see if CJ Stroud comes back. If CJ Stroud comes back and doesn't miss a beat, I think he's kind of a lock. Yeah. But Jordan Addison's definitely in the equation. And if Jackson Smith and Jigma, like, if one of those quarterbacks can realize, like, hey, this dude is fucking good at football. Maybe Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like, I mean, he's come on the last couple of games. Like, he's made plays in big spots when you need him to.
Maybe throw Jaden Reed in there.
Maybe.
He's been balling, man.
He's been doing good. He's been looking really good. Pains me.
I don't think it's been that good, but I mean, he has been that good. But I think this is a damn good rookie class.
Yeah,
it's a strong rookie class.
Yeah,
might be one of the strongest of recent memory.
Maybe 2020.
Maybe.
Yeah, 2020. Maybe 2020.
2020 was kind of lifted by the quarterbacks, though. Think about, like, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Justin Herbert to. But then you got to think, like, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson.
That is true.
Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy looked good Saturday before he got hurt. But yeah, the Bengals, they're definitely in a spot where, I mean, they could rally back and they could possibly make the playoffs, which I wouldn't mind. I mean, at this point, like,
I'd rather them over the Broncos.
Yeah, we'll get into that. God. But yeah, I mean, who do the Bengals play next?
They have
the Colts.
They play the Steelers, the Chiefs, and the Browns.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they play the Steelers next, so I guess that's a good segue into the next game.
Yeah.
Colts Steelers.
What's his name is suspended the rest of the year. That's safety from the Steelers.
Yeah, dead zone playing defense. That's basically what my dead zone was going to be on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's suspended for the rest of the year for the hit that he made. Don't throw a hospital ball. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, like, you want your guys to make plays. Like, that's football. Like, shit like that's just always going to happen no matter. You can try to create a rule that is better for player safety and health, which I get it. Yeah. But it's not football. It's not the same.
Yeah. You see they're trying to ban the hip drop tackle?
Because of the Mark Andrews and the Tyreek Hill and
the all potential broken fucking femurs that are coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't know how you stop something like that. Like, if you're in the heat of the moment, like, you're, it's like having sex. Like you're in the heat of the moment. You don't want to bust inside of her, but it happens.
I mean, hey man,
it's
sometimes what happens,
Yeah, it's the same with the hip drop tackle. Like if you're going to make a tackle, like it's full speed in game. You're trying to stop a guy from scoring or gaining yardage. Like you're gonna make a tackle like that.
Yeah, I mean, think about how hard it is for defensive linemen to not land on quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know it's tough. Remember a few years back when the Dolphins pass rusher like tore his ACL trying not to put his full body weight on the quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. They're doing a lot, and I understand. Like the targeting makes sense. Like targeting.
Yeah.
At least that makes
Leaving
sense.
your feet, aiming for the head, crowning your helmet. That stuff makes sense.
You're not even taught to tackle that way. Like in junior high, it's like basic. It's like basic
you
military.
You have head up. You want to see what you hit. Like
yeah.
You're not. This isn't the fucking 90s. We're not spear tackling people like we're fucking Sean Taylor and Ray Lewis.
Yeah, fucking Lawrence Taylor, like doing like a line of cocaine before a game and then just having like 15 sacks. Hey, it worked for him.
Breaking Joe Theismann's leg, starting a pretty good movie.
I think that's what made him quit.
Yeah,
I probably need to relax. But yeah, the Steelers were up 13-0 to start this game. Mitch had like an awesome drive. They scored a touchdown, and then they 3-and-out the Colts, block punt, touchdown, and then it just all went to shit from there. Yeah. Colts that's just unlike like we've watched a lot of football. We know how coaches operate in the league. Yeah. Like Mike Tomlin's always a guy where like he loses a game or a couple that he shouldn't, and he always knows how to get the team to rally back and win a game that they may be like an inferior like opponent to, but he always knows how to like get the team to rally. Like he's a very good head coach, but that was pathetic.
Yeah.
They couldn't get anything going at all. Like
it's crazy. I don't think Kenny Pickett changes much for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something.
All right.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think Mitch might be done.
Think so?
Yeah. It didn't look good.
Yeah.
I think
it's a confidence thing or an ability thing, or both.
I don't know. I don't think it's an ability thing. I think it's like just not being able to like read. Like he can read a defense. Or at least it looked like he could read a defense when he did his John Gruden like sit down during the draft.
Yeah.
But
those were so fun.
Yeah, like he did his, and like he seemed smart. I don't know, not a big arm. He was kind of a risky pick. Of course, the Bears would do something like that, but I don't know. Najee Harris doesn't look good either.
Yeah, Jaylen Warren's definitely the best back on that team.
Yeah, but I mean, their offensive line stinks. Like they're gonna somehow find a way to sneak into the playoffs, like just because it's the Steelers and it's Mike Tomlin, and it's just gonna be a disaster.
I don't even know about that. I mean, at this point, they're behind the Bengals.
Yeah, that's true. If they beat the Bengals, like then it's gonna be one of the Steelers, like maybe they found something, and then they make the playoffs. They'll get to the wild card, and I think Kenny Pickett gives them a better chance.
Think it's that much of a difference, though?
Yeah, I mean he's better than Mitch. Yeah. I feel sad to say that.
Yeah,
but yeah, like it just the team, the defense, they were just letting Gardner Minshew and the Colts just run down their throats.
Speaking of Gardner Minshew, you think he's got a starting quarterback job next year?
Who needs a quarterback right now? I think the Steelers are in on Pickett. Like maybe they signed him. Maybe they're like, hey, we're gonna bring this guy in. He's been balling for the Colts. But then
Shane Steichen is.
Yeah, do you think he wants to keep Gardner Minshew just in case something happens to Anthony Richardson again?
I mean, I'm sure, and it's one of the better insurances to have, right? He's a great backup quarterback. But then again, he balls out like that. Who's to say the Seahawks don't give up on Geno Smith or Drew Lock and go grab him?
Yeah.
Who's to say the Patriots don't try to go get him?
He threw a couple of pretty balls that game too.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew's a fun quarterback, man.
Yeah, he threw one to Josh Downs. I was like, wow.
Who's to say Atlanta doesn't go get him?
Yeah, I think that's probably Justin Fields. I think that's what's going to happen with Atlanta.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think Chicago's done with Justin Fields?
I don't know. I don't even know. We'll get into that in a little bit. I'm frustrated with that
Gardner
game.
did look good, though. I will say that Gardner did look good.
Yeah.
It's fun to see him ball, man. I loved him in college, And I knew he wasn't going to be the greatest prospect, but we had Minshew Mania there for a little while in Jacksonville, and
I liked him coming out of college. I thought like being under Mike Leach, like he played good at Washington State.
Yeah, but those quarterbacks have never panned out.
Yeah, I know.
That was my thing. Is
he was like the one quarter? He was after who was the quarterback before him that was like a big prospect for the NFL. He was right after somebody at Washington State. I don't remember who it was, but I liked Gardner a lot coming out of college. And then so Jonathan Taylor didn't get to play.
Yeah.
Zach Moss got hurt. We got to see Trey Sermon. He looked good.
Tyler Goodson looked good too.
Yeah, Tyler Goodson and Trey Sermon.
They ran practice squad legend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Iowa offensive legend as well.
Yeah. Dude, what is it about Iowa, like offensive players that just
they just pump out offensive linemen, tight ends, and running backs.
And they just
motherfucker.
Why can't they figure it out while they're in, college?
Because their fucking offensive coordinator was Brian Ferentz.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like having a fucking paper towel roll as your fucking offensive coordinator.
That's why I'm surprised they didn't get a guy like Andy Kotelnicki. Like, you already got Phil Parker, fantastic defensive coordinator.
Yeah, Penn State's more like
I guess they're like in a spot where it's like, okay, James Franklin, hot seat, needs to beat Michigan or Ohio State at least one more time.
They're in a spot to where it's make or break. So now Kirk Ferentz isn't going anywhere. Kirk Ferentz could. Well, I don't know, man. With the Big Ten, and we're way off track, but with the Big Ten getting as strong as it is,
and they're getting rid of divisions too.
They might not want to hold on to him much longer. They had a cakewalk fucking schedule to walk themselves into Indianapolis every year.
Yeah, exactly.
So who's to say? But yeah, it is a weird thing to think about.
Well, plus, you got to think about the head coaches that have been hired now in the Big Ten. Indiana, Kurt Cignetti from James Madison.
They just got a 4-star quarterback prospect coming in today in 2024 class.
Exactly. And, maybe next Michael Penix. He'll transfer to
Washington and ball out.
But yeah, the Colts. Okay. There are two guys that I have currently in my coach of the year prospect. Okay. Shane Steichen, Sean McVay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if either of those guys won it. Even if the Colts they finish the season, maybe 10-7 or something, make it to the playoffs. With that team, God, he's done a phenomenal job. I hope it's not one of those where it drops off the next year, Yeah. We've seen that a lot.
Could have some sustained success. You think Buck, you think MCDC's up for it?
Maybe. I'd still prefer Sean McVay.
Oh, I would too, but Lions finishes the 2 or 3 seed in the NFC.
Yeah. Well, I could see Motor City Dan, just because of how good the Lions have been.
Yeah.
And they looked awesome on Saturday. So we'll go ahead and we'll touch on that game. I'm done with that. The Colts Steelers, but Lions Broncos. Okay. I was wrong about the Broncos. They suck.
Yeah.
They won a couple of games. When they beat the Chiefs, it was okay, they're finding something, They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Bills when the Bills were struggling. Mm-hmm. They beat the shit out of the Browns, and they beat the Vikings. They were going on a run.
Packers, yeah.
Yeah, they were going on a stretch where it seemed like they were going to be a good, competent team, and then Russell Wilson just did what he does in his old.
I think they caught decent and good teams at their worst.
Yeah.
And kind of couldn't do it when those teams are at their best. I'll be honest, the Broncos, they kind of fooled me. I'm not gonna lie. I started thinking they were hot. I thought the same as you, but
I picked the Lions -4.5. It just seemed like the right bounce back game for them. I didn't expect this.
No, I didn't either.
The Broncos defense forced 3 consecutive 3-and-outs, and then after that, the Lions just scored on 5 consecutive drives. There was 80 yards, 71 yards, 75 yards, 80 yards. They were just driving down the field, doing whatever they wanted. I figured it was going to be a Jahmyr Gibbs game. I was like, this is going to be a big Jahmyr Gibbs game, and it was. I think everybody in the nation was saying that.
He might be bumping him now. CJ Stroud is definitely the guy, but I didn't think about it when I was talking about Jordan Addison. But Jahmyr Gibbs is crawling that Rookie of the Year ladder.
Yeah. And if you really think about it, we always think of the Lions as kind of this dysfunctional disaster of an organization just because of how
0-16 Lions.
Yeah, the 0-16 Lions.
I will be talking about again here in a few, but
yeah, the 0-16 Lions, like they, because when was the last time they won a playoff game? 91.
Something like that.
Yeah, like they hadn't won a playoff game in a while. I think as far as like a front office, I think they have a very smart front office when it comes to drafting players. Now, I liked the Jahmyr Gibbs pick. I did. Like when they picked him at 12, I was like, that's awesome. Like I don't care if they have David Montgomery. Like you get a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs. But a lot of people were saying that's not a good pick. Their picks have been awesome. Like,
Jack Campbell was another one. People were like, you don't take a running back and an inside linebacker in the first round.
Yeah, or like tight end. Like they were like Sam Laporta. Like what has he done in college?
Fucking Iowa.
Yeah, well, okay. Now like you always take an Iowa tight end. Like that just seems to be the case. But Sam Laporta's been awesome. They drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs is phenomenal. Like all these guys
Brian
that they
Branch,
draft,
phenomenal.
Yeah, like all these guys that they draft, like they do a really good job in the draft. Like, and now they're finally piecing the team together. They had kind of like a stretch where it seemed like they were frauds because of their defense. If their defense can play like this and just figure it out for the rest of the season, like I could definitely see.
Jared's got to take care of the ball though.
Yeah, Jared, he does have to take care of the ball. I mean, he took care of the ball Saturday night, and he threw for 5 touchdowns. Now, he didn't get the 300 mark like I was wanting him to for Prize Picks, but that's okay. It happens. I didn't expect to win it anyway. But the Lions, they could win a home playoff game. If they get a home playoff game, they're winning it.
Oh yeah. Well, they will.
It's when they'll
host a wild card game.
Yeah, but it's when they have to play like in San Francisco or in Dallas but I mean Jared Goff indoors, if they go to Dallas, different story. But if they go to like San Francisco, they're not going to win that game.
They go to Philly in the cold. I think they could beat Philly. Depending on what Philly shows up, they could beat Philly.
Yeah. It's likely. But I mean, would we like to see the Lions in the Super Bowl?
Oh, dude, see, I've been pondering this question for a while. Ever since the Lions kind of like resurfaced as a not dog shit organization, I've been like, man, would I be able to enjoy a Lions Super Bowl win?
I think it'd be good for like Lions fans in the city. I think I could deal with it.
I think I could too.
I couldn't deal with it for multiple years.
No, they need to definitely win one, and like maybe MCDC's like, all right, I'm done. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I don't know, man. You know what though?
It seems like he truly cares about Detroit though, so I bet he would want to build a dynasty.
He's not going anywhere. The thing that scares me the most about the Lions isn't this team, but how well they're drafting. Jared Goff's not there forever, franchise quarterback. Hendon Hooker could be a dude, bro.
Yeah, I mean he's almost 27 now, right? Or he's like 26.
Yeah, he's in his upper 20s, but he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, he's
played a lot of football. He's going to sit behind Jared Goff, who's a good quarterback and has played in the Super Bowl and might be taking this team to the playoffs. So,
yeah, someone coined him as a game manager. I don't know if you saw the Cam Newton. The Cam
Newton game manager fucking
people were so pissed about that.
He put on there.
Yeah, people were so pissed about that. I was like, who cares? Like everybody has an opinion, you can say what you want.
Yeah. But also, if your quarterback's a game manager, but you're 10-4, fuck it. Your quarterback's a game manager.
Yeah.
Brady was labeled as a game manager. He won 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah. They said he was a system QB.
Yeah.
Then he went to Tampa.
Well, his system fucking won. So
yeah, his system won. Basically isolating himself from his kids and his wife.
Yeah, fucking Aaron Rodgers was the greatest talent of all time. Won Super Bowl.
Yeah, true.
So
he was considered a game changer, maybe.
Yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is. The Lions look fucking good though. That Lions team is a terrifying team to play against.
Yeah, these Lions looked better than those Lions.
Yes.
Like I don't want to get way too ahead, but I think they're gonna beat the Vikings, but it's in Minnesota. In Minnesota. I think they could beat the Lions they only beat themselves, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I feel like they beat themselves, or like the cold weather beats them, which is weird for a team that is from a cold weather.
Yeah, but they play in the dome. They practice in a dome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
They're a cold weather team, but they play indoors. Like Chicago, the Bills, the Packers, those are cold weather teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Packers offense, I don't think is set up to win cold weather games, which is a fucking issue, but we'll cross that bridge.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see when it comes to that. But yeah, the Broncos, they had us fooled. Sean Payton yelled at Russell Wilson on the sideline when they couldn't score when they were at the 1 yard line. He used Russell Wilson as a scapegoat. We could put the blame on Russell Wilson, but at what point do we put the blame on Sean Payton for a team performance like this one?
Yeah.
Well, then again, Jerry Jeudy did get hurt. Russell Wilson, you have Cortland Sutton. Just throw the ball to him.
Hey, Broncos, you have Marvin Mims as well. Get the ball in his fucking hands.
Yeah, you have Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton,
Javonte Williams.
Taylor McLaurin. I don't know if Sean Payton wants Russell Wilson though. No,
I don't think he does.
I don't think he wants Russell. I don't think
they should trade for Hendon Hooker. No, I'm just kidding. I've been high on Hendon Hooker, man. I was watching some old Tennessee games not too long ago, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, he throws a pretty ball.
Yeah, he's got some pretty balls. So,
no, he does.
Yeah. You got anything else on the Broncos lines though?
No, I don't. But that was the last Saturday game, so that kicked it off to Sunday. Bears Browns.
Okay. Joe Flacco's elite, man. Almost 400 yards.
Yeah, that game pissed me off. It got my hopes up. I thought the Bears could make the playoffs. It's over. Season's over. Just get ready for the draft. They currently hold the number 1 and the number 5 pick. So I'm already. I got my hopes up, thinking the season finally means something with us having the number 1 overall pick. We can afford to give up like 2 top 5 picks and just have the number 1 pick, make the playoffs. At least like it means something. But I don't know. Like the Bears controlled that game for 3 quarters. Like Flacco couldn't do anything, and then he just reverted back to being elite Flacco, and then just tore the Bears apart. But I mean, it makes sense when your offense can't do anything. Your offense can't score. You have to put up 17 points. Only 1 was a touchdown by the offense. The other one was a pick 6, which was awesome, by the way.
Hit was fucking brutal.
Yeah, it was awesome to see just how everything has panned out so far. Like, that's one thing I always harped on, like with the Bears. Like, just they can't ever figure it out on offense, but they'll always consistently have a good defense. They don't even have to have the best players. Like, they don't have to spend a ton of capital, like, on just having, like, they're just a defensive culture. I don't know. It's just been in their genes since the 60s. Probably even before that, when they were the Cardinals in the 20s. Yeah. Who knows? I wasn't around then. I can't say.
You sure?
No.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, I mean, we forced Flacco to throw 3 interceptions. We sacked him a ton. The defense played awesome. We were limiting the run game. Like, they couldn't do anything. And then Bears, I guess, even with all the injuries the Browns have, their defense is still good. I'll give it to the Browns. I'll give it to their fans. You've been a dumpster fire organization for a long time. You've had a tough season. All the injuries. Sean Watson just not panning out. Like, all the injuries they've had. Roller coaster. The team's tough.
Shouldn't have gave up on Baker.
Exactly. We'll get into that here in a second, but like, you shit the bed with Baker. Like, everything is kind of reverting back to old Browns. Like, yeah, not this season. They're tough. They're physical. They hit.
You got the best defense in football, man.
Yeah, even without Grant Delpit and Denzel Ward. So I'll give him that, and I'll give them that Joe Flacco. I mean, when he's hot, he's hot. Like, he throws a pretty ball. He could turn it on at any second.
He's got a really good mind for football.
Oh, I don't know. It's over. Playoffs are over for the Bears and the Packers. I thought that last game of the season was going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's over.
We got too excited too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything else on that game, though?
No. Really, I don't really know what else to say. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I've been saying it for like a few weeks now. I trust Ryan Poles. That's just where I'm at. Whatever decision he makes, I'm okay with.
How big of a load would you have blown if Darnell Mooney caught that ball?
I would have blown a bigger one if Robert Tonyan would have caught that easy touchdown.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, how does that happen? I've never seen him drop a pass. Did he do that in Green Bay? What?
Yeah, from time to time, yeah. He was just like, it was the weird, like, mental things that would get me with him from time to time. But he usually is a sure-handed guy. That's the issue. But every now and then, especially when he hadn't played for a little while, like if he's coming off the bench or he had a lot of injury issues in Green Bay. So if he's one of those guys, in my mind, he has to have consistency. He has to keep going and going and going for it to fully go through. So.
Well, Ryan Poles has a very tough task because, like, Fields, he didn't play great, but he threw some passes that receivers should have caught. And also, we need to change the stat sheet, too. He had 2 interceptions, both of them on the Hail Mary, like, final play, like he just needs to make a play happen and score a touchdown. One of them was on the ground, and they called it an interception by the Browns before the end of the first half. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a catch. It hit the ground, but they said, fuck it, like, you know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the game. So
yeah. And then Mooney kicked it up. He had it like cradled like a little baby in his hands and then just kicked it up for the Browns defender to catch for an interception. I don't know. I think I'm not going to be upset whether we keep Fields or we draft Caleb Williams. Get a fucking another receiver.
Yeah.
It's a deep class. I can assume that the top 5 receivers coming in can catch the ball. And Mooney, I don't know. I've always liked Mooney. It doesn't look like he wants to be there anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Playoffs are done. Just get ready for next season. But at least I can say that the defense, like, that's the one thing that excites me about next season. Like, if the defense continues to play the way that they do, Montez Sweat has been phenomenal. Yeah. I know I don't have to like say that every single podcast, but it's just so fun watching him play. Like, he's so good at football. But yeah, they're always going to have a good defense. They struggle on offense no matter what. And that's kind of the opposite for the Packers right now. So yeah, Packers, Bucks. Okay. Before you go on your rant, I will say this. You were right about Joe Barry. Is it a defensive coordinator issue? Is it a Matt LaFleur issue? Or is it just a cultural issue where no matter how much you spend on defense and no matter how much you draft, like no matter how much money you put towards that side of the ball, like it's just never going to be what you want it to be, like a cultural issue?
So I
also give your props to Baker.
Baker, look, man, there's not a quarterback in the world that I would want to torch my team more than Baker Mayfield.
That's how I'd feel. Like when Baker beat the shit out of us in Soldier Field, I was like, okay, it's Baker.
I was talking about it today, and I was thinking about it the last couple of days. I was even telling my girlfriend this. I was like, she came out and was like, how'd the game go? I was like, we fucking lost. And she was like, damn, I'm sorry. I was like, I mean, Baker fucking balled out. Like, God damn it, man. And that's not because, so some people are like, ha, you got torched by Baker. No, it's like, fuck yeah, dude, I got torched, but it's by Baker. Like, dude's a great quarterback. Great, okay. Dude's a good quarterback. He's a good NFL quarterback.
He threw for 381 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was 21 of 28. Yeah. And he threw some balls that were easily.
He threw some pretty balls, man. That one, so the out route that ended up scoring.
David Moore?
Yeah.
Was that Campbell that was on him?
Yeah. EC, hey, that's an Oklahoma College product, by the way. It went to East Central, Ada. So cool. But anyways, that was a perfect ball thrown by Baker. Yeah. Devontae Campbell's not in a bad spot. He's behind him and underneath him.
He could have batted it down.
Yeah. I mean, if he still has old Devontae Campbell speed, he probably gets there. But not that he was ever a Blazer. But Baker's a good fucking quarterback, man. And this is not OU bias. I mean, obviously, a little bit of it is, right? I love Baker Mayfield. But you take the bias.
Bias for me.
No, honestly, you take the bias away, he's a good fucking quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he plays hard.
He is a top 15 quarterback in the NFL.
To give him time to throw.
If you give him time and you don't try to throw him out there with a hurt, broken fucking shoulder and torn ligaments in his shoulder, he's a fucking top quarterback in the NFL. He's a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. He's
good, the Browns, man. They really fucked that one up. Like, at the end of the day, it's Kevin Stefanski's call. Like, that's Baker's mentality. Like, he wants to go out there and tough it out because he's a tough guy. Like, he wants to play and, like, he wants, even though I think it was also just because it was a contract year, he wanted to earn that contract. But, like, at the end of the day, Kevin Stefanski is the one that has to make the call and say, hey, listen, you're hurt. You're only hurting the team and you're hurting yourself.
Exactly.
Like, you need to sit out. We trust you. But no, the Browns, they think they're smarter than everybody, and they say we need an adult in the room. So how about we go get Deshaun Watson, who has like 24 trials against him?
Yeah, exactly. But so here's my rant. I brought up the 0-16 Lions for a reason. You know the 0-16 Lions defensive coordinator was?
Was it Joe Barry?
No.
Really?
For 3 years in Detroit, he was defensive coordinator. They ranked inside the top 25 on defense once.
Shit.
Spent 2 years in Washington. They never made it in the top 20.
Was that your stat of the week?
No, my stat of the week is also from this game, but I'll bring it up later. Or
we'll just bring it up now because I forgot to. I was going to do my stat of the week whenever I was talking about the Browns and Bears, but I forgot. But you go ahead with yours first since we're already talking about this game.
It's my stat of the week. There is one quarterback in the history of the National Football League to come into Lambeau Field as a visitor and have a perfect passer rating of 158.3. And that man, Baker fucking Mayfield.
Congratulations, Baker.
We love you, Baker. Fuck you, but I love you, Baker. So that was my stat of the week. But
the Packers defense stinks.
Then Joe Barry came to Green Bay. Everyone was like, this makes no fucking sense. He's never had a good defense. Year 1, 7th overall defense. Year 2, 13th overall defense. Year 3, right now we're in the 20s. It has only gotten worse as the talent has gotten better. Now, mind you, Green Bay has been beat to ever-living shit, right? But they have dudes out there that make plays.
Even then, you spent a lot of capital, not only just on starters, but on depth, too. Like, you got guys that should be able to play, but they don't look physical. They don't look physical. They don't. It's like watching, like, I don't want to say like a USC defense, but like, is they're like, in terms, like, if you took, like, if Green Bay was like a college team, like, their defense would be kind of that, where it's like they're out of sorts. Pass rush is like pretty good at times.
They show up a couple games a year and shit the bed the rest.
Yeah.
And some people are like, is it a Green Bay thing? I don't think it is. I think it's a Joe Barry. I think it's a Matt LaFleur thing. Matt LaFleur needs
because they're buddies, aren't they? Like, they go back.
They coached together in Washington.
Yeah.
They go back a ways. Matt LaFleur needs to nut the fuck up and cut ties. And look, I get it. Playoffs are still a possibility. You don't want to be changing schemes late in the season. Fuck that. Season's over. All right?
Yeah, season's over.
Eat shit. It's done. Go get Jim Leonard.
Yeah.
Go get Brent Venables. No, I'm just kidding. Please, God, don't do that. I would kill myself. But, they just need to. Sure. Who took over for OU after Mike Stoops was fired?
Scrinch.
No.
Or
the interim. Fuck. What was his name?
Because he came with Lincoln from East Carolina.
Yeah. Damn it! What? Rufus? No, I don't remember. But anyways, it's time to cut ties. Drive me crazy. Yeah, I won't have to look it up unless you are. It's time to cut ties with Joe Barry. Look, man, Ruffin McNeil. I knew it started with an O or RU. I knew it was RUF something. So, God, that was a fucking disaster. But I tried to hold on and stay on the Joe Barry train as long as possible. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was just talking about, hey, maybe he's not the issue. But apparently, from what Matt LaFleur's been saying, there's been some miscommunications or whatever with the defense where Joe Barry calls something and the defense does something different. But I don't know, man. Apparently, Jair's still dealing with the back issue. People are trying to call him out. Bro, if you got a back issue, you're not going to go out there and play corner. All right? That's not going to happen. Jair is one of the best corners in the entire league. You don't get rid of that type of talent. Devondre Campbell was on Twitter making cryptic posts today. Jair deleted all the Packers stuff from his Instagram. It doesn't necessarily look promising.
You're gonna get a notes app at the end of the season. He's gonna tweet like a notes app.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look promising. But Green Bay's done the right thing, trying to fix the problem, is just drafting more talent there, and they've been drafting good players. Quay's good. Devontae Wyatt, good. Carrington Valentine, good. Anthony Johnson, good. Like, they're decent, serviceable guys to start. They range anywhere from decent, serviceable backups or depth to starters. Like, they're drafting well. I don't know what it is, man. Look, you got Rashawn Gary. Kingsley Enagbare is pretty good as a depth edge rusher. Lucas Van Ness is good. You have some talent in the front four. Like, it's just got to bring someone else in, man.
Yeah,
I think Green Bay needs to play a more attack-style defense instead of sitting back in soft coverage. Because, look, we have physical man corners. They're going to punch you in the fucking face, and they're going to stay on you and try to create as little separation or stick to you as close as possible. Just rush 5 or 6 and just let someone get home to the quarterback. But
you got to figure something out because Tommy DeVito, like, he basically ran all over and passed all over Green Bay's defense, and then same with Baker. And I like Baker. I'm not taking any away from either one of those quarterbacks, but, like, it's an issue because, like, overall the offenses aren't as good.
You can't keep letting new records be set against your team every fucking week on defense. That can't continue to happen. But, hey, I will say this. Every week that goes by, Jordan Love proves more and more to me that he's the guy.
He looked great. He looked really good. And that's
Jaden Reed looks good. Romeo Dobbs is good. Dontavian Wicks.
Kind of makes me sad.
Dude's a monster. Okay.
I feel like I'm just reliving a nightmare when a quarterback is good in Green Bay.
Well, I am too, because we're not putting the defense together. So, Christian Watson.
I know. You watch that game and you're like, I've seen this before. This happened last year.
Oh, wow. I didn't know I went back to 2011 and 2012 and 2013 and so on.
2014, 2015.
Yeah. Christian Watson has been good. When he's hot, he plays really well. He's one of the, he's the top receiver on the team when healthy. Dontavian Wicks, 7th-round guy, looks good. Malik Heath, undrafted.
Well, you want your offensive guys to look good, especially when you have a Matt LaFleur, an offensive head coach. Like, that's one thing, like, that's good for, like, a young offense, like a young offensive core. You want a guy that's smart like that, who's coached under, he's been with guys like Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, and he was in the Jay Gruden, like, Washington tree. So
no, I like Matt LaFleur. I don't want to get rid of Matt LaFleur, but he's got a Joe Barry problem, and he's got to fix it. Yeah, that's the last thing I'm going to say on it.
Or is he the problem? Because they fired who was before Joe Barry?
Benton. No, damn it! What was his name? Fuck.
He was fired too.
I'm gonna look it up. You got anything to say on this game though?
Was it
Tom Pettin? Mike Pettin.
Oh yeah.
Mike Pettin. Yeah, because it was Dom Capers, and then Mike Pettin, and then Joe Barry.
Okay, so this next defensive coordinator is going to have to be a home run hire, or else
Mike Stoops. Go get him. No.
Mark Stoops.
Yeah. Mike Stoops. Elko.
Bob.
No, Stoops. Jim Leonard. Yeah, fucking. I take Bob. I'll take Bob all day. Jim Leonard is who I want.
I wouldn't like that.
No, I wouldn't want Bob. Some people are trying to say Al Harris, the former corner for the Packers. That's DB's coach at Dallas. Yeah. I just think it's too early in his career for something like that. And people are like, oh, and the thing with Packers fans, OU fans are the same way. The thing with Packers fans is because of the history, they like to stick so closely to the guys that used to play or coach there.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not going to always breed success, You need to go get the right guy that's qualified for the job and is able to do it.
Maybe it might be a good thing to bring in Al Harris.
He could be. He's a very attack style guy, very aggressive DB, and
What about Charles Woodson?
he's not going to leave TV to coach. He's not going to do that.
That's true. Yeah, he's probably making a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, 100%. Fox has got Big Noon and all that shit loaded, dog.
Yeah. But my stat of the week came from the Bears-Browns game. Dalton, since you could be upset about like how the Packers are playing right now, but I got a stat for you. Since 2015, teams with 3 or more sacks, 3 or more interceptions, and a pick six in the same game are 40-0. Well, now they're 40-1 because of the Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah. Also, no head coach has ever lost multiple games in a single year despite having a 10-point lead and a +2 turnover margin until Sunday.
Fuck.
It's happened 3 times this season.
That's insane.
And then the ball what really pissed me off was that the ball that Joe Flacco threw to Amari Cooper for the 51-yard touchdown, it was like a deep out route that Amari Cooper ran, and there was like 3 guys in the vicinity, and
it was a cross.
I thought it was an out because he ran up the sideline.
Well, he came up, but it was a cross. He came from across the field.
Oh,
and
the
safety went with the
deep man. He was on. He was lined up on the X. He was lined up on the X. Yeah, you're right.
He cleared the corner, and the safety came down, but he took the wrong angle, and he.
You're right. Look at you. See, you know more about the Bears than I do.
I like watching the Bears lose, man.
The only thing that I watched was that he was on the opposite side of the field. But there was like almost three guys in the vicinity, and Flacco threw a pretty ball to him. He scored a touchdown. We missed a tackle. And Eberflus was at the podium, and they were asking about it. And he said, "Well, that ball should have been intercepted. We should have played tighter coverage. He was basically making it sound like it was a designed interception.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, we designed that play.
Well, the Browns actually called a pick play, but
yeah,
sometimes
like." Just man up. Just say, yeah, we probably should have, at least fucking tackled the guy or at least made the tackle.
I think instead of playing man coverage with 2 deep safeties, I think you play cover 4 and you leave the quarters covered because a cover 4 and it's not a cross, it's an over route. It's a deep over.
Yeah,
I was wrong. Over. But I think you play cover 4 in that scenario and you leave a.
At that point, you've exhausted all your options because the fucking offense can't score.
That's fair. Yeah, try to do something aggressive and get the ball. But, I don't have a whole lot more on the – I mean, I could go for hours on the Packers. But
yeah, I mean, really, you covered it. Like, Joe Barry, I mean, he's going to have to go. I would love if they just signed him like a lifetime contract. But, I mean, that's just me, me being a Bears fan. But
if they're going to sign him to a lifetime contract, they need to do like the Shohei Ohtani contract.
Deferments.
Just deferments of like a nickel every like 3 weeks.
Oh, speaking of money – Joe Flacco made $75,000 off of that game.
Yeah,
because he won, because he beat the Bears. He got
also. He said he wants to come back next year. He's not done.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to come back and play football in 2024. He's not done.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I think that's why he came back to football in the first place. He was like, I love my wife and kids, but I miss the passion of playing football.
Tired of hearing my kid knock fucking Jenga blocks over 3 times.
Yeah, I have to fucking sit there and play Jingle Keys with him. Like I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah,
that little fucker. But yeah, I mean, they didn't I don't want to say they let Baker throw all over him. Like Baker, he's a good quarterback. When his receivers are open, he can deliver the ball. And he was getting the ball off quick.
There were a lot of open receivers.
Yeah,
a lot of wide open guys.
And it seemed like the Packers were going to control that game after like they strip sacked him at like they strip sacked him after that, and then Baker just took off. Like, I hope that, builds his confidence. I would rather see the Bucs in the playoffs than any other team in the NFC South, especially the fucking Saints. So, the Saints, I think we need to have a serious conversation about how they massacred my boy, Tommy DeVito.
That's a good segue.
Yeah, I was not very happy with that. That really fucking pissed me off.
You grind your gears.
Yeah. Like, listen. We all have our guys that we're ride or die for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baker, Kyler Murray,
Jordan Love.
Yeah, like for me, it's Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Like those are guys I'll defend always. Like just because, they'll get shit and they probably don't. Matthew Stafford's one of them. Like Matthew
Aaron
Stafford
Rodgers is another one for me.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers for you. Well, people can change. I've changed. I can deal with Aaron Rodgers now. I hope he has success for the Jets.
Because he's wearing a different shade of green.
Yeah.
Doesn't have as much yellow in it.
Yeah. But Tommy DeVito was another one that I took under my wing as a guy that I'm gonna ride or die for. Like, I understand, if you weren't on the Tommy DeVito train, if you didn't, you can't have how does the saying go? If you weren't with him when he produced a net 17 yards against the Cowboys, you can't ride on the train whenever he destroyed the Packers.
Monday night.
But the way that they were out there tossing out the thing, the A, the Italian symbol. Mm-hmm. It's like an Italian martial arts is what it is,
Yeah, yeah.
And then they headhunted him. Did you see that hit they put on him?
He got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. That, I don't know. I'm not okay with that. Not at all. Yeah. Tommy DeVito's my guy. And why, I don't know. I just don't understand. Why would you sit there? It would be one thing if it was like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, if they had their shtick that they were doing, they're
Aaron
the guy.
Did. He had the discount double check for a while. Everyone would fucking sack him for the belt.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it makes sense for the defense to sit there after they have whenever they dismantle a quarterback that's him. They're the guy Patrick Mahomes. It would be one thing if Patrick
I heard there was a rumor that when guys would sack Tom Brady, they go home and kiss their son. It's crazy.
Yeah. They'd kiss his son.
Yeah.
They'd kiss his son. Yeah, some of those guys might be in jail now. But yeah. That was a good one. Yeah. I gotta admit, that was a good one. Sometimes you're kind of funny sometimes, I guess.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm funnier than anybody else I know, but it's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta laugh, especially with the Packers being the way they are right now.
Or you just suck a shotgun, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want that to happen. I need a guy to do this podcast. Yeah.
Oh, you got Brasher.
He sucks.
Okay.
I hope he listens. He probably doesn't. He's like, why do you still do this fucking bullshit? But yeah.
Famous, man, that's why.
But it'd be one thing if it's the guy that you're taunting.
Yeah.
But it's fucking Tommy DeVito. He was undrafted. Nobody expected him to be good. He's having his thing.
He's not even Brock Purdy.
Yeah, exactly. He was literally undrafted and he's turned the season around for the Giants. It's a fun story. Why, taunt him? Why throw it back in his face? Why headhunt him? What did he do? He's having fun and the NFL's having fun with it. And plus, the Saints have nothing to brag about.
Yeah, I know.
They're
what are they? Second or third place in the shittiest division in football?
Yeah, they're second place and they're not fun to watch at all. I've tried to I remember when Derek Carr was good, for a season.
Yeah, he shattered his fucking leg.
Yeah, that one season he was really good. Khalil Mack was Defensive Player of the Year, and they had studs at 12-4 playoffs. We probably would have won that game. Ever since then, I don't know. I don't see it with Derek Carr.
I don't been high on him.
But yeah, that the way they massacred my boy, it really rustled my jimmies.
Yeah,
grinding my gears. It pissed me off in every way. I was sitting there just thinking of ways. It'd be a real shame if the Saints didn't show up to the facility that day.
Maybe
Don't go digging if it happens too.
Maybe Katrina shows her ugly head again, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katrina. That's the name of the double barrel shotgun that the fellas are gonna be using. But like I said, don't go digging.
That'll be the license plate number of the trunk they get thrown into.
Yeah.
It's Katrina.
Yeah,
Take down Nolans again.
KAT and then the number 1 N and then 3.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. But with that being said, the Saints did look good.
I beat the fuck out of the Giants.
Yeah, they did look good. Derek Carr, he threw 3 touchdowns. He was 23 of 28, 218 yards and 3 touchdowns.
It's crazy. Derek Carr just has that one game, and then he sucks shit for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara, he had a good game. Scrimmage yards, He had almost 100 yards. He had over 100 yards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Saints, in a way, control their own destiny, and that makes the game against the Rams on Thursday night much more important now that the Bears and Packers have lost their games, and they have a lot that they need to happen for them to make the playoffs. I don't even want them to make the playoffs now.
Saints?
The Bears.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, wanting it actually happening are very far away from you. But
yeah. I don't do a playoff machine, please. Whatever you do, don't do a playoff machine. But the Saints, they have that game might actually, it's going to be important, the game against the Rams, because the Rams are playing, they've got playoff hopes.
Yeah.
Like if they run the tape, they're in the playoffs if they win out.
Yeah.
So it's going to make the game a lot more interesting.
Yeah. But so next game we got on the dock. What's the next one? I don't really have anything on that game. I didn't watch a whole lot of it. So
yeah, you didn't really miss much anyway. But Jets Dolphins. This was basically the most Jets game.
Before you get into it, I do want to say this. I looked up, I think midway through the second quarter, just for half a second, I saw a stat pop across the screen that the Jets had 5 total yards.
Yeah.
And that may have been in the third quarter. It was pretty far into the game, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Jets fans are at an all-time low.
They were this close. They were like, maybe Aaron comes back.
Yeah.
And then Zach Wilson's like.
Yeah. Zach Wilson went out there. Dolphins had like so many injuries in their offense. Like Tyreek Hill didn't play. Tyreek didn't play. We forget Jalen Waddle exists. He's fucking good. Duh.
Mostert has 20 touchdowns this season.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just the best red zone threat. Like between him and Christian McCaffrey, like can't go wrong. Whoever you know. McCaffrey for the 49ers or Mostert for if you're playing DraftKings or fantasy, like those are 2 guys you want to have for sure. But
I got Mostert and Tyreek Hill on the same team.
That's pretty badass.
And I didn't make the playoffs because I set Geno Smith, or I started Geno Smith and set Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, you got to fix your quarterback situation next year. Maybe you can draft a guy like in the first round, you know.
No, I'm not drafting a quarterback in the first round. What am I, a child?
Yeah, I get it. It's different in fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways,
Trevor Siemian was supposed to be the spark. He came in, didn't look good. Yeah, the Jets.
It's the dullest lagger of all time.
Yeah.
Dumbest, I should say.
I feel bad for the Jets. And now, like, it was with them winning that game last week, it was like Aaron was basically saying, like, yeah, the rehab's going good. I could be back sooner than you think. And now, and he went on the Pat McAfee show and was like, well, it's actually going to take like 3 to 4 weeks. Probably. It's
actually, I just took a 44 to the toe. I think I'm going to need a few weeks off.
Yeah, bruised my bunion. Freaking Nacho Libre.
God damn it, dude.
Great movie.
Yeah, no, it sucks, but the Dolphins still on fraud watch?
I don't know. They're kind of fun to watch. Like
they are.
Even though they're like borderline, they have like acute onset fraud syndrome.
Them and Dallas are kind of like the same, right?
Yeah.
They just beat the shit out of teams they're supposed to beat the shit out of. They win a surprising game every now and then they just lose to teams you'd be like, this should be a good game, and they get their ass kicked.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you watch like that Titans game last week. Like all their offensive linemen, they got one guy that was in the starting rotation like since the beginning of the season that's still out there, and everybody else is just a backup. They didn't have Tyreek Hill. Didn't need him. They didn't need him. Jalen Waddle's just as fast. Throw him the ball. He's fucking fun to watch. He's exciting. I was high on Jalen Waddle coming out of the draft, and I mean, you know, if Tyreek Hill isn't there, he's the number 1 receiver, and he's almost as good of a threat.
Yeah.
Tyreek's a little bit better of a route runner, but Jalen Waddle can create separation.
Yeah, Tyreek's just been doing it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle will get there.
I don't know. Tyreek Hill's pretty fast.
Yeah.
He's pretty fucking fast. But now they have the Cowboys next week, and it's in Miami. So
that's going to be a fun one.
That's the ultimate fraud bowl. That's like the fraud. And then they have the Ravens, and they have a kind of a gauntlet going forward.
Yeah, no, they got a tough schedule to end the season.
Yeah. Like, Dolphins have the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills to end the season.
Whew. Damn.
But yeah, the game next week against the Cowboys, that's going to be the deciding factor in who's the bigger fraud.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, what's the next game you got here for us?
I got Texans Texans Titans.
That was a fun one, dude. At the end,
Case Keenum. I really thought it was going to be Davis Mills.
I was kind of hoping it would be.
Yeah, Mills Mafia.
Yeah.
I've already anointed him. I give him a key to the city of Chicago for what he did last season.
Yeah.
Got the Bears the #1 pick, so I'm always going to appreciate that. I don't know. Like, I didn't really watch much of this game, to be honest, but I know Will Levis got hurt, and they made it seem like it was a very nasty injury.
It looked. Did you see it?
Yeah, where he bent over and he was grabbing his thigh.
Yeah, and apparently it was just a sprained ankle, and he's like, "I'm fine." I don't know. It might be all that mayonnaise.
So
it stiffens your bones.
How long is CJ Stroud going to be out for?
I don't know, because he's still going through concussion protocol. So
yeah,
is he back next week? I don't know.
I feel like since they've lost Tank Dell, we've just kind of given up on the Texans. He gets hurt. Nico Collins got hurt. I'm sure Nico Collins will come back, but they still have Noah Brown. They got Dalton Schultz. So, I mean, they have 2 dudes that can play. Obviously, they may not be on the same level, but they've been in the NFL.
Schultz caught a hell of a ball towards the end
he
of that
did.
game.
I did see that. Yeah.
See JJ Watt's tweet?
What did he say?
He said, so once Houston beat the Titans, he was like, all right, that's it. We get the jerseys back. That's how it goes. Too bad, so sad.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of ironic that they wore the Oilers jersey.
Yeah, the Houston Oilers.
Houston.
Yeah. They did that on purpose. Had to.
Yeah.
That's a troll job right there. That's what they get. That's why you lose
those.
in overtime. Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah. So ultimate karma.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So God was not on the Titans side.
No, he wasn't.
Not this game. But yeah, the Texans, they won. They won that game. I mean, technically, overall, they've had a better season. So I mean, they got a young roster. Will Anderson, he's gonna get there. I expect him to make a big leap. So
they still got Derek Stingley and Jalen Pierce. Jalen Petrie. Petrie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Derek Stingley.
Yeah, Derek Stingley is going to be a stud. He already is a stud, but he's going to be Patrick Peterson level stud.
He's good, man. He's fucking good.
He is really good. And the Texans still have a lot to be happy about. You still get CJ Stroud, even if the season doesn't pan out the way you want it to. Add a couple of pieces, maybe another veteran guy. I mean,
they're a few vets away from being a really scary team. I mean, they're already scary this year, but you think how young they are. They get a couple vets in some key spots to come in and kind of train those dudes up. They'll be good, man.
Yeah, especially next season. Let's say they are good enough to go to the Super Bowl. Maybe bring in Julio Jones. He needs a ring before he retires.
If the Houston Texans win a Super Bowl before the Packers get back, I'm gonna be a very angry person.
Yeah, because they went through hell. They went through absolute hell, and then they've they've revived. They were in purgatory. The hell was sucking them in, and then CJ Stroud from the clouds just pulled them out of the rut that they were in, and so did DeMeco Ryans. And I think they'll make a deep playoff run sometime in the near future, especially if they can get in.
DeMeco Ryans, if they make the playoffs, he might be my coach of the year.
Between him and Shane Steichen, yeah. Because everybody had the AFC South as kind of a disaster.
Everyone thought the AFC South would be exactly what the NFC South is.
Yeah.
Also, UTSA just tied it up.
Nice. Yeah. But, I mean, they've got CJ Stroud, phenomenal rookie quarterback, and they've got a bright future, which leads me to the Panthers and the Falcons.
2 teams trending the exact opposite direction.
Yeah. I'm happy for the Panthers. I was really sad that they won that game because they're getting real close. I can't let them have another game. And I get it. Panthers fans are probably thinking hey, we have nothing. Yeah. We have nothing.
Literally, they are staring at the #1 overall pick.
I know.
And they don't have it.
Greedy as shit. I want the Panthers to fail this season so we get the #1 pick.
Lose. I'm please, God.
They're getting real close because I don't know if the Patriots are going to win another game.
It's literally the meme where it's I'm tired of this, Grandpa. It's too damn bad.
That's literally what it is. The Panthers, fuck Desmond Ritter. I'm tired of watching Desmond Ritter play.
Yeah, he's bad, dude. I had a lot of hope for him because I really liked him at Cincinnati.
Yeah, he was. I
didn't like him I wasn't like absurdly high on him as a prospect, but I didn't hate him, and I really liked watching him at Cincy.
Yeah, he took him 12-0. They went to the playoffs. He was good. Yeah. So, but yeah, Panthers, they did what they needed to do to win.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Still can't believe the Packers lost to that fucking Falcons team. They're so bad, dude.
Like, what's the point of the Falcons this season? What is the point of having all these awesome players if you're not going to
beat the Packers and make me question my life? That's what the fuck
is. That what it is?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just so they can hoard all the awesome players from any other team.
That too. Think about what Kyle Pitts could have been.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what they need to do? They need to sell the Falcons and bring them to Oklahoma City.
Just every team goes to Oklahoma City. I'm sorry. I don't think a team like an NFL team in Oklahoma City works.
Nah, it won't.
I don't know. Maybe.
Happen.
Maybe they need to sign another bill. They just kept the Thunder.
They did. And I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, and they're going to build like the third tallest skyscraper. It's going to be like an apartment skyscraper.
Yeah. I'm going to jump off on the Packers.
Oklahoma City. As soon as I leave Oklahoma City, awesome things happen. Gordon Ramsay opens up a kitchen in Edmond. Of course. I mean,
Sorry.
The grass isn't always greener.
Sorry, man. So, I did see a statistic that came out today. This honestly could have been my stat of the week, but Oklahoma City is ranked number 10 for most roachiest city in the United States. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's our city. We,
Yeah. We did that shit.
Yeah. A lot of
it's just because the sheer size of Oklahoma City and the ghetto-ness that's here. If Lawton was the same size, Lawton would be number 1.
Yeah.
Being honest.
So it goes on like a big city, like a metroplex. It's got to be at least a million people.
It's not like roaches per capita,
Yeah.
It's like just roaches in general. So yeah. It's not my apartment. This place stays pretty clean, but
yeah.
I imagine I say that and you just see like just like running up.
Yeah, I actually saw a couple crawling up on your wall. They could be
protein.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I thought it was Connor Stallion's spying on Oklahoma.
He's spying on the pod, man. He's trying to get some information.
It ain't gonna work. Okay, we're gonna talk about Oklahoma and Arizona here next week, and you ain't gonna get no information. Sorry, bud. We're gonna have to grind some film though.
Yeah, I'm grinding some film. Not tonight. I gotta get up at 5:30 again for the gym, but I'll be grinding film the next few days. Moving on though. What's your next game you got?
Remember when the Falcons almost got remember when they were trying to get Deshaun Watson? They were trying to get Deshaun. They preferred him over Lamar Jackson. Imagine if Lamar Jackson was playing for Atlanta right now, but they're like, no, we'll stick with Desmond Ridder. How's that worked?
Remember when the Falcons were good?
Yeah, made the Super Bowl. Yeah, they had Julio Jones, prime Julio Jones,
prime Matt Ryan.
Did they have Grady Jarrett at the time?
I think so.
Was it Grady Jarrett? Am I?
They had Vic Beasley.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Beasley. Yeah, he was a stud.
Yeah, it was rookie year. He was like, I'm the greatest. And then after that, he was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. They had Taylor Gabriel, Julio Jones. They had a lot of dudes.
Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah. Mohamed Sanu.
Anyways, what's your next game you got?
Kansas City and New England.
Did you see the line in that one jumped to 10.5?
Right before the game started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kansas City kneeled it out to give the ball back to the Patriots instead of kicking a field goal to cover.
Yeah. How dare Andy Reid do that? Does he not care about his bettors?
I don't think so. Did you see? Did you see Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, his post after beating the Nuggets?
Yeah, I saw that Instagram.
Shea under, Shea over. Yeah, that was so badass, dude.
Yeah, that was
him and Danny Stunsman are the king of Instagram captions, and they both happen to reside in the state of Oklahoma. Makes me happy.
I don't know. Cam Newton with his nice lettering.
Cam Newton's Instagram captions give me a fucking aneurysm.
Trying to read it.
It looks like I'm doing statistics.
Well, at least you know what it says, though.
Do I?
Yeah, you're kind of retarded. I don't know. I don't think you do. Bailey Zappi didn't look good for the first part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't look bad. He was throwing the ball around. He looked serviceable.
Do you think wide receiver drops should be a stat combined with wide receiver interceptions?
Yes.
Single-handedly based off what happened?
Well, now don't they have like a metric in football now where it's like, they have a metric where it's like, here's the percentage of, or like this is how many, what is that term where like a wide receiver
turnover worthy balls?
No, like projected yards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like on apparently the metric is like a wide receiver has like net projected yards based on like how open they were. Like if they had like I guess it's a stat like for
it's like almost like receiver. Expected points per play, like EPP or something.
Yeah, it's like expected. It's like projected yards. And I guess that's like a quarterback stat. Really, like it's like if you have a serviceable, like a good quarterback, this is how many yards that person would have. Like Chris Olave, like has the most right now. But yeah, I agree. Like if the wide receiver drops the ball, or if the wide receiver like has it in his hands and it tips in the air and then it gets intercepted, like you need to change that stat.
Yeah, like Kadarius Toney has given Pat Mahomes 3-4 interceptions this year.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes. It's like he's playing on all Madden mode now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm tired of running the league. Like, let me turn it up a notch. Like, I'm gonna go from
Let me turn my wide receiver catching slider to 0.
Yeah.
Just try to go out here and fucking try
as
hard as I possibly can.
He's playing on all Madden. He's like, all right, like we're gonna have Kadarius Toney, and then it's probably gonna cost me 7 points, but let's see what I can do. He didn't look bad. 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But yeah, I mean the Patriots, they're tanking. Probably going to get rid of their coach.
Yeah.
Just
next defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, Belichick.
I think he's going to go to the Chargers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders or Chargers. And the Bears are going to get Jim Harbaugh. I'd rather have Sean McVay, but
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. I wouldn't say. I mean, it's a win-win for me.
Is it?
If they get Jim Harbaugh, that's a win. If they get Sean McVay, also a win.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, the Patriots, they're creeping up. That's why I can't have Carolina losing, or I can't have them win another game. Because then I'm pretty sure they'd be sitting in the second spot. And I don't know. I think they're done with Mac Jones. They could draft a quarterback. Now, if I'm lucky, Robert Kraft's like, well, I'm going to take the one that's, the better prospect. I'm going to take Drake May. And then it's like, oh, well, now we have a chance. But who knows? Like, I don't know what's going on around Ryan Poles' head. Like, as a fan of the Bears, like, as a diehard, lifelong Chicago Bears fan, it's nice to have the number 1 pick. I can cradle it. I can, like, show my friends. Like, it's like having a pet.
Yeah, we had it last year. And you got rid of it. But it honestly has worked out better.
Yeah, it turned out. DJ Moore, we're not giving him enough respect as, like, a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, he is the sole offense of the Chicago Bears, other than their like offensive line.
Yeah.
But even then, their offensive line didn't look great, which is going to happen when you play up against Myles Garrett. I don't even think Okoronkwo played, and they were still getting pressure.
Yeah, that's Zary Smith, Myles Garrett, bunch of dudes.
Yeah, Okoronkwo, when he's out there, he's usually like the other guy that's like getting like the sacks and the pressure. But yeah, Chiefs. I don't know what to think about them still.
Still a dangerous team in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. Like right now, it doesn't look great. Their defense is still awesome.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. They'll find like it's going to be January. We're going to still be saying, oh, the Chiefs, like, they're not looking the same. They're in a rebuild process, but then they're going to find a way to turn. It's like the New England Patriots, like when they had Tom Brady. That's basically what it is. But yeah, the Chiefs have nothing to be upset about being 9-5. Yeah. I'd suck dick for 9-5.
Do a lot of things for 9-5.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was really just watching this game to make sure Pat Mahomes hit on
yardage
parlay that I threw together on Prize Picks, which Dak ended up fucking me in the ass, but I shouldn't have. I should have known. But what's the next game you got?
Well, we got the afternoon games now.
Yep.
So 49ers, Cardinals. I had a feeling with the Cardinals coming off, like they just got off a bye week.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, I might take the Cardinals. Like they, kind of a young. I mean, they're not like a dangerous team. Like they're definitely rebuilding, new head coach, but it's Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray is just so fun to watch.
You know what's crazy? The more I've thought about it, the more I've looked at it. Jonathan Gannon's defense schematically is not terrible.
No.
They don't have a whole lot of talent in all the places, but schematically they're not bad.
Yeah, he's a weird dude, but he's a great defensive coordinator.
Who here drove today? I can never get that fucking clip out of my head.
Pew, 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 pew. God. Yeah, Brock Purdy's probably going to win MVP.
Yeah, no, he took that. With the way Dak played, it's Brock's to lose.
I don't think it should be a quarterback this year.
Think it should be Tyreek Hill? If he hits 2,000, it should be Tyreek Hill.
Trent Williams.
Yeah?
Just give it to Trent Williams. He's so good.
He is.
He is so good.
That is a grizzly bear playing football.
Yeah. Yeah, they had it wrong when they had him as a 3-star recruit in high school. Well, I mean, maybe he just developed. Maybe he just, I don't know. But, yeah, the 49ers, they're just explosive everywhere. Christian McCaffrey, maybe MVP? He had a fantastic game.
Yeah, he did.
He's really good at football. Some of the runs he makes, his vision, like, he is such a good running back. He is
the best, and he doesn't even get credit for this because he's kind of like your do-it-all, all-purpose back, but he's the best one-cut back I think I've ever seen. He gets the ball, and as soon as the ball touches his hands, he knows exactly what hole he's hitting. And
it's like Adrian Peterson. Like,
yeah.
I'm not comparing him to Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, no. He puts one foot in the ground, and he finds the smallest little sliver of space, fits himself through it, makes someone miss. Not even in a telephone, like in a phone booth, bro. He makes someone miss inside of a fucking light bulb.
It's at a cave.
Yeah, bro. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good.
He pops out of everywhere. Like I'll be watching the 49ers play, and they'll hand it to him, and I'm like, there's no way. And then I just see him pop out like it's a glitch in Madden. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's so insane at football, man.
Yeah.
The fact of the Panthers,
which I mean,
and DJ Moore and
they did something nice for him. They said, yeah, we're not going anywhere. We'll just send you to the 49ers. So I can say that's one thing that the Panthers did that was nice for a player.
Should have sent him to Green Bay.
I don't know. You don't like Aaron Jones?
I mean, I love Aaron Jones to death, but there's a difference.
You'd have to pay Christian McCaffrey.
We're not even going to pay Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon likely will not be back next year. Maybe AJ Dillon might be, but Aaron Jones won't.
Maybe they look for running back, Blake Corum. So.
Ray Davis.
Ray Baker.
Anyways,
Christian McCaffrey is awesome at football. I think he could be like an MVP candidate at the end of the season.
No, certainly.
Like
what he's playing.
They've got Brock Purdy's leading the MVP race. Christian McCaffrey's probably going to be there. I still think Trent Williams should be in the MVP race. Like just with how good he is as an offensive lineman. It's like
he's a true difference maker for them. Like literally without him, that offense is so different.
Which is crazy. Well, I mean, it's not if you have the best left tackle in football. But, yeah, if the 49ers stay healthy, like if Debo doesn't get hurt, if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, if Trent Williams stays healthy, and George Kittle, like if all those guys can stay healthy, I mean, I don't see anybody beating this team. It may happen just because it's the 49ers. Like, they're like the best team the past, like, 2 seasons that probably will lose a game that they shouldn't. But the Eagles were definitely like the better team last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got who do they have coming up? They've got the Ravens on Christmas.
Yeah, I've been waiting to talk about that one. Christmas night, Ravens, 49ers.
I think the 49ers will win.
Everyone in my family could fuck off because I'm watching that game.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go on a win. I'm gonna say that the Ravens are gonna. Or the 49ers are going to win that game. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I had a long day at work.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I've been up since 5:30.
The last game against the Rams is going to be a fun game for them, too.
Yes, it is. Especially if the Rams are fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah. They'll be the number 1 seed, the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be the number 1 seed, and that's going to be tough to go to San Francisco and try to beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Green Bay can never do it.
It's funny because they're like, I was thinking about this, like the 49ers, like they've been blowing out teams like convincingly, or like they've been just physically imposing their will on teams. I look back and I think of the times like where the 49ers have always had like maybe like more talent or like a better talented team than the Bears, and the games are always close. Like it's decided by 3 points, maybe a touchdown. Like the Bears either win or the 49ers like pull it out. I don't know. I don't think I'd be scared if we played the 49ers. I don't think I would. Bears always play them close. It's like the one team.
What game you want to talk about next?
We'll segue into the Rams Commanders since divisional opponent. Yeah.
A lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Cooper Kupp is still good at football.
Very, very good at football.
Yeah. Jacoby Brissett, believe it or not, was the best QB for the Commanders today. Sam Howell didn't look great.
Yeah. I think I saw a stat. Jacoby Brissett in 2 drives outperformed Sam Howell's entire game pretty much.
They also had the longest, I think before Sunday's game, the longest it took for a team to score first and goal at the 1-yard line was the 2013 Chicago Bears. It took them like 2 minutes and 46 seconds to score at the 1-yard line. It took the Commanders like 3 minutes and like 15 seconds for them to score.
God damn.
Yeah, it was just like run, get stuffed, pass interference, and then false start, then run. Like it took them forever. It took them like 4th and goal finally for them to score a touchdown.
That's insane.
Yeah. Commanders are tanking. In the eyes of a Commander fan, you're probably pissed about that happening. But if you're just like a normal football watcher and you know that the Commanders are probably trying to tank, you're like, okay, that's like the perfect way to tank.
Yeah. Also, I think as a Commanders fan, you low-key got to be a little bit excited because we've talked about it multiple times. Sam Howell could be the guy for them. They're tanking. They don't have to get a quarterback. They can build around him.
I knew I should have picked Terry McLaurin on Prize Picks. Me and Brasher we were doing a combined one. He was like, I really like Curtis Samuel. I was like, well, no. I listened to Terry McLaurin. He said he was running cardio because he had 0 catches last week. I was like, yeah, they're gonna target him. I knew it. 141 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, well, I knew I shouldn't have taken Dak, man.
Yeah. But yeah, Matthew Stafford, still awesome at football. He had a beautiful throw. It was wide open to Cooper Kupp. I don't know how a guy gets that wide open. And then I remember it's the Commanders. Yeah. Defense has not been good this season. But yeah, the Rams, they're in a great spot. They're a team I'd like to see in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're a fun team. They present a lot of challenges for people. Matt Stafford's fucking balling lately. And Sean McVay, we've talked about him multiple times. He's a hell of a fucking coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Sean McVay. He's such a fantastic football coach. And even though he's like your offensive genius, like any quarterback can go into a system, or like a good quarterback can go into a system and become a star. Yeah. Like we don't talk about like how tough his defense plays for him.
Yeah, he breeds a physical football team.
Yeah, and that's how you win.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you win. That's how he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's a hell of a football guy too. So
big football guy.
I can't be said more than enough. So, what's the next game you got?
Dallas and Buffalo. I liked the Bills because it was at home. Mm-hmm. Dallas is not a good away team. They're undefeated at home, and Dak always throws for 300 yards when he's in Arlington. You should have consulted me.
I should have.
I would have told you that it's a risky option.
Yeah, we talked about it. They seemed so hot. They were playing so well. I fell into the
hype.
The typical Dallas Cowboy fan trap. It's our year. I did it, dude. Can't believe I did it to myself.
Yeah, it seemed like it with the way that Dak was playing, but then you got to remember it's the Cowboys.
Well, Josh Allen didn't even have a stellar game. Like, it was a weird one.
Which that makes the Bills like more of a threat because they have everything to play for. They didn't have to rely on Josh Allen. They had James Cook doing everything. He almost ran for 200 yards.
Played a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Like he got the angry runs on Good Morning Football.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was sensational. And then their defense played awesome. It was a rainy day. You know. Dak away. I don't know. You watched the game?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did. It just seemed like everything the Cowboys tried to do, the Bills had an answer. They played like perfect defense. They just couldn't be touched, man. It was weird. I mean, it wasn't weird because it made sense, especially for all the reasons that you pointed out. But it was like, you
fell into the hype.
I did. Dallas just couldn't move the ball, man.
Yeah, and so Dallas, they'll have a home playoff game, but let's say they make the NFC Championship, and they have to go to San Francisco.
That team's not winning. They wouldn't win at home against San Francisco. I'll tell you that right now.
It'd be a closer game.
Holy shit. Owen McCown just delivered a dime.
You watched it?
On the run, rolling out, fired a fucking ball to his receiver right on the sidelines, dude.
Franchise backup QB.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he's out of bounds. Oh, they got the playoff beforehand, though. Damn, that's crazy. Anyways, sorry, keep going.
But yeah, no, Buffalo has everything to play for. And now that all the injuries have happened to some of these AFC quarterbacks, like, hey, we have Josh Allen. We have James Cook. Like, we have, like, a team that's been in the playoffs.
Still have Stephon Diggs and Dalton Kincaid, my favorite fucking player from last year's draft, is playing his ass off.
Was it because his name was Dalton?
No, it's because he was No, I'm sure. Yeah. It's because he's a fucking badass tight end, dude. Now, I do love Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft, but...
Well, DB, let me ask you this. Would you rather have Dalton Kincaid?
I don't know, man.
Over Luke Musgrave? I would.
It's a tough one. I mean, I would right now, but if Luke Musgrave could figure out how to run, not like Bambi, it'd be pretty fucking good, man.
Maybe figure out not how to get injured, too.
Hey, okay, lacerated kidney is not necessarily his fault. Tucker Kraft's a monster, by the way.
Yeah, he's played really well.
Have you seen his Instagram captions, too?
No, I don't. I don't give a shit.
Oh, dude, he's been talking some violence.
Didn't he get like his nuts shattered when he was trying to hurdle a guy?
Yeah. But
stay low, Tucker. Actually, do it again.
Do it against the Bears.
No.
Take Eddie Jackson's fucking head off next time.
He had an interception. I don't want to hear it.
All right, my bad, man.
Yeah, he had an awesome interception. Okay, and he almost returned it for a touchdown. It was at the 1 yard line. He should have scored.
Too bad that Eddie Jackson's old and slow now.
No, he looked good. I think he's bought in. He's seen everything the way it's playing out. He's like, okay, this defense is the chance to be something. I'll stick around and be the veteran guy.
Gotcha.
Right? The Bears will be back.
The Bears.
But yeah, Buffalo, they have a lot to play for, and I didn't expect it to be this bad. Like I had Buffalo winning, but yeah, they beat the shit out of the Cowboys.
Honestly, though, it looked worse than the score even indicates.
They had the saddest touchdown. The Cowboys did whenever they scored the CeeDee Lamb on that run. That was just like the saddest. Like, okay, we scored. 2 minutes left in the game. That
would have been the equivalent of like the Jets scoring at all.
Yeah.
Okay, we did it.
It was like the Chargers tweet whenever they finally scored against the Raiders.
Yeah.
They're like, we scored.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened with the Cowboys. But next game, Ravens-Jaguars. Okay.
I feel like this was... Sorry, I'll let you go.
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like the score doesn't indicate how much of a blowout this really was.
Well, it didn't even seem like the Ravens offense was playing that well. Like the Jaguars defense was playing really good.
The Jags sucked ass on offense.
Now, I dog on Trevor Lawrence sometimes because of like the attention he gets and being a generational talent, and everybody basically sucks his dick and like they wow over him. He threw a very fuckable ball to James Agnew for that touchdown.
Yeah.
That was a pretty thrown ball because James Agnew lost his step. It was one of those you can't as a quarterback you can't predict that a wide receiver is like gonna like misstep or like slow down.
It's Jamal Agnew, by the way.
Jamal Agnew, yeah. Sorry, what did I say?
James.
Jamal Agnew.
Same difference, but
yeah. But he threw a beautiful pass to him. I mean, it was right on the money. It was like that's what I expect out of a guy that's highly touted like that. But I mean, he had like a pretty decent game.
Yeah,
he did. But yeah, it was basically like, hey, the Ravens went in there and said, "We're a better team. Sorry, just how it is. Sorry, Jags. You'll get there one day."
Yeah, they might. You think Trevor Lawrence is the guy?
Yeah.
Think so?
I think so. If they could figure it out.
Who would you have more faith in? Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, or Sam Howell?
Like right
Actually,
now?
sorry. Who would you have more faith in right now? Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud, or Brock Purdy?
CJ Stroud.
Yeah? Think he's going to be the better of the three? What if I throw Justin Herbert in there instead of Brock Purdy?
Ooh. Well, Justin Herbert has a full-blown case of Chargeritis, so.
But if you take the quarterback away from the team, you take the quarterback for who he is, you got CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, and Justin Herbert. Who would you want to lead the Bears?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud. He's younger.
Yeah.
He's got a lot more years left.
I agree.
But in terms of like, if I can create a quarterback and that quarterback is one of those three, all the same age, all in their prime, probably Justin Herbert.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think he's got the better arm talent.
Well, I don't know. I watched a ton of him like in college at Oregon. So like coming out, I was like, this guy, he's him.
He's legit.
Yeah. And the Chargers have just ruined him.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy that was on the Justin Herbert hype before the hype began. Like I bought stock.
It's all right. I was an early stock buyer in Jordan Love, and now look at me.
Yeah.
It didn't pay me any money.
You kind of had to because it was like an insurance check for Aaron Rodgers. Like, all right, well, I got to stick with this guy. We picked him in the first round. Yeah. It's looking good. He threw some passes. Like that one to Jaden Reed. That's a
fuckable ball.
That was a beautiful pass. I wouldn't say fuckable ball, but
that one was fuckable.
No. I don't know. I'm not there yet. We'll see.
You won't ever be. He's a Packer.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, that was basically just the Ravens going in there and saying, yeah, we're the better team.
Yeah.
They're going to get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be the 1 seed. They're going to need Mark Andrews back. I don't know. Like, it's like the only receiver that Lamar Jackson ever could make it work with was Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
You've got Zay Flowers. Just throw him the ball.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers is fucking good. You've also got Odell. Like, he's looking better.
Yeah. Tylan Wallace hasn't been terrible.
No. I don't know.
Bateman
I watched Lamar, and he's awesome to watch. I would hate to be an offensive lineman and blocking for him.
Yeah.
He runs around. He has like 10 seconds in the pocket.
You got to work your ass off on every pass play with him.
You got to throw the ball like you do. You got to get it out of your hands. You got to trust your guys.
Yeah.
Is that the thing? Is it a trust factor now that like Mark Andrews isn't going to be back until probably the playoffs?
I don't know if it's a trust thing. I just feel like, I see a lot of the same thing with Justin Fields. I feel like he just thinks he knows he is.
He wants to like make the big play.
Yeah, he's the best athlete on the field. He's like, I can give myself plenty of time. Like, think about how many times he jukes out of the pocket.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just like, throw the
back in. Ball. Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm afraid it's going to be with Caleb Williams too, because like Caleb Williams, he's sensational. Like, I don't want that to be the exact same thing where he just sits in the pocket and looks for the big play.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, fuck, you give him 2.5. You give him a quarter second, and that's a light year more time than he had with USC last year. So.
Yeah. I'll have DJ Moore to throw it to. Maybe a receiver. Maybe we draft another guy.
Maybe Keon Coleman.
I don't know. I think I'd want a speed threat because we basically have Keon Coleman. Mom, I want Keon Coleman. We have Keon Coleman at home, and he's probably better than Keon Coleman. DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's fair.
DJ Moore's Not as tall, but good radius.
Yeah,
good
I mean he's the same
catch.
level athlete. He's just not as big as he is, but
he's not as big. But I would rather have DJ Moore right now than.
Would you rather have another stud receiver, or would you rather have like a big play threat at tight end like Brock Bowers?
We're not going to get Brock. We're not going to be able to get Brock Bowers.
No, it won't happen. But I'm saying if you could pick one of the two,
maybe just use him as like a. Maybe if we use him as like an H back, or like maybe like
he can play the same role that Mark Andrews plays, in the slot sometimes. Maybe lined up as a tight end, as a Y or something.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
If y'all traded back, let's say you finished with 5, and you trade back, pick up a few picks, and you're sitting there at 13, and he's available. Do you take Brock Bowers?
If he's available,
yeah. Or do you go get a receiver?
Well, I want a speed threat, unless Tyler Scott, because Tyler Scott's supposed to be that speed threat, but he's not.
There's going to be more speed threats.
I shit on the Longhorns, but Xavier Worthy, he's kind of good at football. He's kind of a good receiver. So if he's there, he's a speed threat.
I don't think you take Xavier Worthy in the first round, though.
I know.
I think maybe
we can trade and we can get our second pick back, and then if we don't take a wide receiver in the first round, like maybe we take like a center, which I would rather have Zach Frazier. That's like a guy you can get in the second round or third round.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
God, I can't wait for draft season. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know exactly. But yeah, Lamar, just throw the ball to Zay Flowers. He's good.
Yeah,
he can catch. He had a couple of drops the last game. Just give him a chance. Say, hey, I still trust you.
I agree.
I don't know what I feel about the Jaguars though, because they're a team I can see going into the playoffs. Like they're almost there, but they're not there.
Yeah, see, I felt the same thing last year, and then they came back and beat the Chargers. Everyone was like, "Oh shit!"
It's the Chargers.
And then they got their ass spanked, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's right. They played the Chargers." So,
yeah,
it's one of those things. But you want to go ahead and move on to the Monday night game to wrap this thing up?
Eagles Seahawks. What a drive by Drew Lock.
What an interview. Did you see his post-game interview with Lisa Salters? He was just like,
by the way, this is the moment Lisa Salters. I'm still kind of salty with what you had to say about Chris Thompson.
Yeah, Lisa Salters is a bitch. But
yeah. I wouldn't think that way if you didn't say anything about Chris Thompson.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe Tommy DeVito and the fellas comes after you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, Chris, that's my gal.
No, but he's essentially just talking about how great of a moment it was. It was just a really dope interview. But also, apparently he was caught on camera looking for Jalen Hurts after the game, and the whole.
He's like, I guess he's sick.
I guess he's still sick. Dope game for Drew Lock. It was good to see him kind of ball out in that last drive. But it was a Matt Patricia defense. So.
Or Matt Patricia offense.
Could have been.
I don't even know. I saw him on the sideline. I'm like, is he calling defense or is he calling offense?
I'll tell you what, he's not using that fucking pencil.
Yeah. Yeah, they put Sean Desai in the box. They put him in the box. He was up. He was chilling in the box.
He was.
Yeah. I bet he loves box.
I bet so. I bet he loves chilling in the box, man.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad he's not with the Bears anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Eagles. Yeah, I don't know. They're in trouble.
Yeah, they look bad. This 2 games in a row, Jalen Hurts is under 200 yards and has less than and hasn't thrown a touchdown pass.
Yeah, he was sick.
He was sick.
Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if it was because he was sick or if he lost his confidence, so they needed to blame it on something. But I like Jalen Hurts, so I'm gonna say that
I do love Jalen. But did Julian Love? Did he get that other touchdown?
He did.
He did. I was looking at it. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it. I was like, did that touch, man? I don't know. But super dope to see Seahawks win like that. Trey Brown played a pretty good game.
Yeah, he did.
I love seeing Sooners ball out. That's kind of my favorite thing. So, yeah,
the Seahawks. I mean, what does that do for them though?
Not shit.
Yeah.
I mean, puts them squarely with the other 4 7-7 teams in the NFC.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So,
we can't sell our stock on the Eagles yet, can we? Maybe next week.
They got the Giants twice. If they lose to the Giants,
gonna carve that defense up.
That secondary is bad, man.
Yeah, which is crazy because they were. Well, I mean, defensive coordinator a defensive coach, like a really good one, means a lot for a team, especially when you have the talent. They didn't have Slay. They didn't have big play Slay. But James Bradbury, it seems like every time he makes a big play, like the refs have to throw a flag.
Yeah. The biggest problem with me with the Eagles, and the reason I am wanting to dump stock on him, man, they just can't move the ball. They can't get in the end zone. Unless they have less than 1 yard to go, they can't move the ball, man.
Yeah. Like they have the tush push. And
have Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, DeAndre Swift, Philip Gainwell, Jalen Hurts, and one of the best offensive lines in football.
Hey, don't forget about our boy Grant Calcaterra.
Grant Calcaterra is
They need to use him a little bit more.
You think Shane Steichen made that much of a difference to them? I mean, look what he's doing in Indy.
I think Jonathan Gannon made that much. Yeah. I think both of them did. They lost both of them. Like Cardinals defense got better. Shane Steichen got the Colts looking like a playoff team.
Yeah. With a backup quarterback. Anthony Richardson was playing well before he got hurt.
I think it means a lot. I think that's what they need to attack. They need to attack new coordinators. Just don't get Ben Johnson. That way he can come to Chicago.
Don't let Ben Johnson. Can Ben Johnson come to Green Bay? Or I wish, but
no. OU, he's going to be looking for a head coaching job.
Yeah, he should get one. Ben Johnson's a hell of a fucking coach.
Yeah, the Lions their offense is awesome to watch when they're clicking, especially.
Yeah, I think. Hey, you know what would make me absurdly happy?
What?
Ben Johnson in Tampa.
I mean, yeah. If David Canales doesn't work out. Yeah. Is it David or Daniel Canales?
I don't know. But Todd Bowles is their head coach. Get rid of Todd and take Ben Johnson.
Maybe. Yeah, be good for Baker. He's going to get another year.
Oh, yes.
I personally think he deserves another year, maybe $15 million.
I personally think he deserves a couple blowies from the boys. So
yeah.
Give him a little spit shine. So.
Yeah, the Eagles, man. The fall of the Eagles.
They'll be back.
They're still 10-4. Like.
Yeah.
You can complain as much as you want, but I mean. That's just at that point.
I don't think it's the fact that they're losing; it's the way they're losing and the way they're playing. It's definitely what it is. But I mean, they're still going to make the playoffs.
The outside person, like the fans of, or like not, but like people that aren't fans of Philly, kind of saw 13-5 like as a ceiling.
Yeah.
And then floor, like 10-7.
Yeah.
Losing two really good coordinators makes a difference.
Does look at Clemson.
Yeah. Look at Clemson. Garrett Riley.
There's only one person that's been able to ever survive the gauntlet that is losing coordinators nonstop. It's Nick Saban.
Bill Belichick.
We had Tom Brady.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how I feel about that whole debate. Bill Belichick.
I used to be it's Bill.
They showed the stat where it was like Bill's like the comparison, Bill's record with Tom Brady and then without. Okay.
Yeah, but he also has had
a star coach win Super Bowls with a star quarterback. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Figure. Yeah, no, they were a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
And it's not like Brady went to play for fucking Todd Bowles. He played for fucking
Bruce Arians.
Yeah. One of the greatest offensive minds and one of the greatest coaches. Maybe not one of the greatest, but a great coach.
Yeah, look at the Cardinals when he was the coach there.
He took Carson Palmer's Cardinals to the NFC Championship game.
And fuck the Packers. That was a divisional round.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You know who wasn't playing in the playoffs all those years? Fucking Bears. Bite me.
Well, yeah, Jay Cutler got hurt. Okay, if he was there, we would have won.
Yeah, smoking cigs and fucking.
Yeah, he basically his knee was.
That is a badass look. I'm not gonna lie. As bad as it is for you, smoking a cigarette's a cool look, man. So.
Yeah, you watch how you talk about my quarterback.
All right, kids, get into cigarettes. You'll feel a lot better as a person.
Yeah. Yeah, don't listen to when they come to do their little.
Yeah.
What is that team called?
The DARE program.
The anti-tobacco thing that they do for
pussies?
Kids. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, pussies. But yeah, no, the Seahawks. It's like we said, this doesn't do a whole lot for them. Yeah, it's fun. It's a cool story. Probably just makes their draft pick worse. If they make the playoffs, they're not winning. They're not beating anybody. So, Eagles, still a very good team, still very talented.
Probably not beating anybody either.
They probably won't, but they still are able to gear up and make a run. So,
yeah.
Just kind of depends.
You need Jalen Hurts to be okay, though.
You need Jalen Hurts to be okay.
He needs to be healthy. I feel so bad for Julio Jones. Like, they signed him, and it's like his last chance to get a ring. It looks like it's not going to happen.
He should have went to San Francisco.
Yeah, I know.
Kyle
Shanahan might know what to do with him.
Yeah, he's Julio fucking Jones. Yeah. Throw it up to him.
Yeah, forget that he's.
Look at what the Saints are doing with 900-year-old Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, I know.
That was fucking Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, God. I don't know. That's.
Remember the Jimmy Graham era in Green Bay?
God. Yeah, I remember the Jimmy Graham era in Chicago. Fun times.
Yeah, definitely. But it was a fun week though. Overall, it was I lost all my money, but it was a fun week, man.
Yeah. I lost money too. It's fine.
It's whatever.
But yeah, I mean, playoffs, they're gearing up.
They are. That's it.
Like
it's exciting.
We're what? Week 15? Now week 16.
Yeah. You know how jumbled up the NFC is? The Packers were the 7 seed and in the playoffs, and now they're the 11 seed.
Yeah.
They lost 1 game.
Let's see. So the 7th seed right now is Indy in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
So you got, starting from 1 to 7, it's Baltimore, Miami, Kansas City, Jacksonville, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis. And then the NFC, the 1 seed is San Francisco. Then it goes to Dallas, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, Minnesota, and then Los Angeles, the Rams.
It's going to be so much fun, man. I can't wait.
I'll give it to Minnesota.
I won't. Fuck Minnesota.
Yeah, it was going to be a disaster when Kirk Cousins got hurt. But, I mean, they're in the playoff picture. And the Bears and the Packers are in the hunt. I'm done. I
see the in the hunt video.
Do you want the Pack? Like, at this point, are you done too?
I say that.
No, there's a path. Like, they're gonna make it. Come on, Dalton, be realistic.
I say that, but if they win, I'll be like, oh, we still got this. No, I'm over it, man. Look, my question has been answered this season. Jordan Love's the guy.
Okay.
And Joe Barry is not. Those are the 2 questions I had this season. They're both answered. I don't like the answer to one of them, but I knew Joe Barry wasn't the guy.
Doesn't it feel good to know though? That's how I felt last season. It's like, yeah, we stink, but we get the number 1 overall pick. Like, we have so much to build on. Like, Justin Fields is the guy.
That's the problem, though. Is the Packers got really good their first stretch, beat some pretty good teams, and then they fucked themselves out of a top 10 pick. So
even I've bought into the hype. They beat the Chiefs the way that they did.
But you see, now that I look back on it, they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Lions, and I don't remember who the fuck else at this point. Those were the worst of those teams, though.
Yeah.
Like Texas beating OU last year.
I don't know. I think the Lions' worst was when they went up against the Bears in Soldier Field.
That's fair. That is fair. They were among the worst.
The Bears are probably still gonna win a couple of games because they got the Cardinals. They're gonna win that game. Maybe.
Problem is the schedule is so workable for both teams.
I know. But just NFL, it's okay. At this point, I'm okay with not going to the playoffs. I'm used to it. I've kind
of accepted it.
Build for the future. I trust Ryan Poles, but he has a very, very difficult decision. And Matt LaFleur, he's gonna have to fire his buddy.
Yes.
And then
you can't do it no more, man. You can't let it keep going. It's over.
I'm still sad about Mitch. That was bad, man.
Yeah.
Mitch didn't look good. Oh well. Anyway, good episode. I think that concludes this episode. Yeah,
I think so.
Great show. Hope to do it again. Maybe Thursday.
If we haven't drowned in sorrow. But this is a great episode. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you agree with us. We'd like to see a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Interaction with the channel. So That would be nice, getting some comments and stuff. I'm sure we'll get there one day. But if you made it this far in the video, like I say, always like, comment, subscribe, share it with friends and family, or just get in like mom or dad's phone, brother, sister, and girlfriend. Just go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah. Let us know what you're gonna have for
Turn
Christmas.
it on the TV and just let us know what you got for Christmas. Well, I guess we'll have another episode come out by then, but let us know what you're wanting for Christmas. Maybe we do a
PigSkin
podcast. Match. Yeah. We're broke. Don't do that. Don't accept anything from us, but accept anything of us. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it, and we'll get this video posted tomorrow morning, which will be Wednesday, December 20th, National Early Signing Day, and then we should have another one up Friday for this weekend. So let's just have a fucking week.